Pitch is low and away and blocked from Suero. Turner barely off first base. The World Series champion in 1961 was the Cincinnati Reds. Now you wonder today, if you walked into a diner, would you be able to ask that question to see who's not from Earth? Do people today know who the World Series champion was from a year ago? 2-1 pitch to Brandon, way outside on a sinker, 95 miles per hour. Count is 3-1. That's a sinking fastball from Correa. You think today, if you go to a diner in Binghamton, I'm not sure how many people would know the World Series champion. And it was America's pastime, especially in the 60s. Everybody knew. 3-1 pitch. Brandon looks at an inside slider for ball 4. First and second now for Portland. Top half of the first inning with 1 out. And Nate Baez, the catcher, will dig in. We'll come back to the Binghamton Creatures a lot tonight on the broadcast. Nate Baez tied for 7th in the Eastern League with 20 doubles on the year. Has a big chance here for Portland. Sea Dogs hoping to open up things first. They scored in the first inning in this series opener on Tuesday night. Baez the wide righty stance, Correa the righty. First pitch is fouled back. Portland last night, they left 7 on base, and they were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Baez 38 RBIs on the year. Has Turner off second, Brandon walks off first. 0-1 pitch, double steal. It's a miss outside. Suero's throw to second is well in time. Brandon is gunned out. Turner does advance to third on the stolen base. Heads up play from Chris Suero. Brandon was out by a mile. Jalen Palmer, the second baseman, caught the baseball as Brandon was just beginning his slide. So there's 2 down. That pitch was a called ball, and Turner's now off third base. Nate Baez hitting .238 with runners in scoring position. Correa's 1-1. Baez pops it up in the infield. Left side. Schwartz there at third base. Runs in. Makes the catch on the mound for the third out. Donis Correa throws 18 pitches. Gets out of the jam. 1 hit. No runs. 1 left on. We head to bottom 1. Dalton Rogers will take the ball for Portland. That's coming up next on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
The 0-2. He's popped foul left side. Wallace again gives chase at this foul ball. He might have room by the dugout. He leaps right in front of the dugout and makes the catch right in front of the dugout.
Grounded through the left side base hit. 32nd RBI of the year.
That ball gone. A home run. 3-run shot for Hector Rodriguez.
Down the right field line. That's a fair ball. He's a triple shy of the cycle. Warning track wall. It is off the wall and it bounces away. Rodriguez headed for third. Dives in. Ahead of the throw. It's a cycle for Hector Rodriguez.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
Binghamton comes to the plate. Bottom 1 from Rapido Stadium. No score. Rumble Ponies and Portland Sea Dogs. Dalton Rogers, the 25-year-old left-hander, his second start against Binghamton. Got the start on May 29th, went 3 innings scoreless. face Chris Suero, John Bay, Corey Collins here in bottom 1. Rogers left side of the rubber, glove at his face, and Suero the right-handed bat. First pitch in there for a strike on a slider. Binghamton in the Binghamton Creature pink uniform, so you got to know Chris Suero is going to add some flair. Pink batting gloves, pink Nike cleats, and a pink shin guard. The 0-1 pitch. Suero holds back on a curveball. Did he go? No, says Dylan Holsey, first base side. John Reed calls balls and strikes. Frank Jones, third base umpire. Suero hitting 196, 12 homers. 1 for 11 in this series against Portland. Rogers rocks and deals. Here's the 1-1. Fastball low and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Last start for Rogers came on Friday against Somerset. A week ago, 3 innings, 7 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and he walked 2 batters. Hoping to bounce back here tonight. His 2-1 pitch to Suero. Up and in heater. Suero holds back, 3-1. Over the last 3 starts, it's been the worst 3-start stretch of the year for Rogers. 15 total earned runs. 3-1 pitch. Suero takes a slider on the inner half. It's 3-2. Now, prior to that, he was dominant. In 3 of 4 starts from the end of May into June, he went scoreless in 3 of 4. Went scoreless against Binghamton. 3-2 count to the leadoff man. Here's the pitch. Suero fouls it back, first base side. Chris Suero has walked twice in this series. And while Suero's average is low, he has done a lot well, and that has been the walks and the stolen bases. He digs back in. Rogers, 3-2. Breaking ball is up top for ball 4. Leadoff man is on for Binghamton. And here comes John Bay. In the Eastern League for Chris Suero, he's 4th in walks with now 55. That actually bumps him up, tying with Will Turner for the Eastern League lead. And Suero for stolen bases, number 8 with 24 on the year. So a threat to steal with a 2-step lead. John Bay, the right-handed bat. Rogers throws, fastball low and out for ball 1. Bay hitting 143, his 3rd Double-A game. Has 1 hit in 7 at-bats. Drove in a run on a hit-by-pitch on Tuesday night. Bay's got a tall stance, it's narrow. Suero goes, pick over to first from Rogers. Brandon throws to second, and it's in time. Suero is caught stealing on a pickoff. Got to be careful with the lefty Dalton Rogers. A beautiful head fake. Looked at first, came home, and then Suero got caught in the fire. Brandon threw down to Caden Rose. It's a 3-1, 3-4 put out on the pickoff, and there's 1 away. 1-0 pitch to Bay is inside, 2-0. That helps Dalton Rogers, who cannot find the zone at the moment. Helps himself out. Sea Dogs in the first inning. Brooks Brandon was caught stealing on a double steal, so both teams trade in that department. 2-0, Bay chops a foul ball off his foot. 2 balls and 1 strike. In the top half of the first inning, Portland had first and second with 1 out. Double steal. Turner got to third, but Brandon was gunned out at second. And Donis Correa got out of the inning. 2-1 pitch from Rogers. Bay fouls it back, and it's right up towards our camera well and right near the press box. Wow! I have not seen many foul balls this season come that high up. Had to make sure that our audio man, Ryan Farrow, is okay. He's through 2 double areas of glass, so he's just fine. 2-2 pitch to Bay is spiked from Rogers. Count is full with 1 down. John Bay for High A Brooklyn, 13 home runs in his time there. Got brought up to Binghamton on the 21st, earlier this week. Him and Corey Collins both brought up. Corey mentioned on our pregame show, very close with John Bay, and he's so happy that they were called up together. Another 3-2 count. Rogers to Bay. It is low and in for ball 4. 2 walks from Dalton Rogers, but only one guy on base with that pickoff, and Corey Collins will step in. Let's give you that defensive alignment for Portland. Nate Baez does the catching, the battery with Dalton Rogers. Brooks Brandon at first, Caden Rose plays second, Abram Liendo at the hot corner, Mason White at short. Matt Frazier plays left, Miguel Blason center, and Nelly Taylor in right. Corey Collins, left-handed bat. First pitch is way in front of home plate, gets past Baez to his right, and Bay will advance easily on the wild pitch. That slider landed on the grass right before the dirt of the batter's circle. Bay's off second base, and if Suero was not picked off, it could be second and third for Binghamton. Ponies hoping to strike first for the first time in this series. Bay bouncing around off second. 1-0 to Collins. Collins skies it in the air, deep down the left field line. Frazier goes back, now comes in towards the corner, makes the catch in foul territory, and it sends Bay back to second, who is halfway between second and third. Collins just missed an opposite field shot. Had the pinch hit, 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th inning last night. Collins said that moment did not feel real, and all he could do was laugh when he got to the dugout. He's had a great start to his time in Binghamton. 2 down, here's Jose Ramos. John Bay still off second base. Rogers from the stretch, long look in. First pitch, and Ramos chases at a slider. Ramos hitting .216, 13 home runs, 48 RBIs, which leads the team. Runs have been tough to come by for Binghamton, just 6 in 3 games. Rogers sets, the 0-1. Ramos swings through a changeup, count is 0-2. Ponies were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position last night. They left 6 on base. Ramos on the year, .228 hitter with runners in scoring position. Left-hander Rogers set to throw his 17th pitch. Has surrendered 2 walks, has a pickoff and a flyout in the inning for 2 outs. Looks at Bay off second. The 0-2. Changeup just misses low and away. Second baseman Caden Rose right behind Bay, who's been bouncing around. He's 4 steps off the bag. Rogers peaks, now the 1-2. Fastball inside corner, strike 3. 92 on the gun for Rogers for his first punch out, and it ends the first inning. No hits, no runs, 1 left on 2 walks.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Alternate identities are always great because it just adds a new layer.
When you talk about Rochester, our most famous cuisine is the garbage plate. It became so popular that Thursdays are for the plates in Rochester.
The first alternate identity that we had was the Albuquerque green chili cheeseburgers.
So that's what makes minor league baseball great. We have an amazing ability to get in touch with our community.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Welcome back to Mirabito Stadium, top of the second inning. We have no score between Portland and Binghamton. AA affiliate of the New York Mets, Portland the AA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. Matt Frazier, Miguel Blaze, Mason White, 5, 6, 7 for Portland, as Danis Correa on a bullpen night for Binghamton looks to get through 2. Would be the 4th time this season he gets through 2 innings. First pitch to the lefty in Frazier is a called strike. Frazier, the left-handed bat, hitting .283. 16th game at the AA level for Frazier. Correa works from the stretch with nobody on. His 0-1 pitch. Frazier jammed third base side, out of play. The left fielder in Frazier comes in on a 5-game hit streak. And he's tied for the team lead with 2 triples. Correa has not had a strikeout so far tonight. Here comes his 22nd pitch to the plate. It is outside on a changeup. Last 3 appearances for Correa, 4 2/3, 4 hits, and then a couple of runs and then 1 outing against Akron. But Correa has been great in June. His 1-2 pitch to Frazier is spiked, almost clips him on the inner half. 4 of his last 5 have been scoreless. One of those has been over 2 innings. Game against Hartford on July 12th. And then back to June, Correa did not allow a run in 2 of 4 appearances. His 2-2, Frazier clubs it deep down the left field line, but out of play. And over the picnic deck down the line. In the first inning for Portland, 1 hit. They left 1 on. Brooks Brandon was caught stealing at second on a double steal. Frazier steps back in. Correa toes the middle of the rubber. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. The pitch. Ground ball past Correa behind second base. Lucky picks it up, shuffles and throws for the first out. That shift was on right side, so Lucky, the shortstop, was already behind second base and made the play with ease for the first out. JT Schwartz playing third base for the 13th time in his professional career. Nick Lucky at short. Lucky has played mostly shortstop in his professional career, but just the 2nd time with Binghamton. And Jalen Palmer's at second. He's played a lot more outfield for the Ponies. First pitch to Blaze, the righty. Swings to his slider. Count is 0-1. Nick LaRusso has the night off. Binghamton's usual third baseman. Wyatt Young, the everyday shortstop, also the night off. Correa sets the 0-1 to Blaze. Is a fastball up and outside. Blaze sitting .221, 9 homers, and 26 RBIs. Bat on the shoulder of Blaze. Correa's 1-1 pitch. He goes chasing at a fastball, way up and in. 95 on the gun, makes the count 1-2. Blaze is 0 for 7 in this series. The 22-year-old. He entered the year as the number 12 prospect in the system for the Red Sox. 1-2 pitch. Slider is low and away. Portland now without Franklin Arias, their number 1 prospect in their system. Up to AAA Worcester. 20 years old, 19 home runs at the AA level. Hit over 320 in his time with Portland. Correa's 2-2. Blaze lines it down the left field line, but hooks foul just to the left of the chalk. Would have been extra base hits as Ramos was chasing it down and left. Binghamton's got to be happy that Franklin Arias is gone. Arias is going to be a monster. 20 years old, top 10 prospect in all of baseball. Homered last night off the top of the batter's eye in center field. And he's homered 3 times here from Mirabito Stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Correa throws. Blaze fouls it back. He stays alive as Correa's pitch count is up to 31. Correa threw 31 pitches in his last start. That was here at Marabito Stadium. Long look in for Correa, stands tall, likes the sign from Suero. And Belize calls time. Correa pitched against Portland in the opener, in innings scoreless with 2 punch-outs. Nobody on, 1 down. Still no punch-outs for Correa. 2-2. It is spiked and way to the backstop. The journey for Dionis Correa. Last year in the Mexican League. Signed with the Cubs when he was 16 years old. That was back in 2016. Spent his first 5 seasons there, got up to AAA. Signed with the Reds in 2023 and was with the Athletics in 2024. First year in the Mets organization. 3-2, Belize goes fishing. Slider fades away from the righty. First punch out for Correa. And there's 2 outs in the second inning. Correa has worked some long ABs, but puts down Belize. And now brings up the shortstop, the left-handed bat, Mason White.
Number 18, Mason White.
Second appearance of the series for White. First pitch to the lefty is up and inside for ball 1. White, 22 years old. 4th round pick in 2025. University of Arizona. Correa's 1-0. Up and inside, look out. White out of the way. For the Wildcats, made the College World Series. 3rd team All-American and all Big 12 honors. And was the career leader in extra base hits. 2nd all-time in home runs for the Wildcats. 2-0 his way is low and in. 3 balls and no strikes. A lot of those 2025 draft picks, Jack Winay, Mason White, 2 on the Portland Sea Dogs, getting their first call-ups to AA. Dionis Correa, 36 pitches, bullpen night for Binghamton. Has 2 outs, but a 3-0 count to White. To the plate. Fastball is up for ball 4. 4-pitch walk for White. On the year for White, 268 hitter, 14 homers. Played in 68 games with High Salem, just his 4th here in AA. Gives way to the left-handed bat, Nelly Taylor. Still no mound visit or bullpen look for Binghamton. Would be crucial for Correa to get through 2. Nelly Taylor hitting 182, 5 homers on the year. Correa's first pitch is inside, 1-0. No score between Portland and Binghamton as Chris Suero, the catcher, will come out and talk with Correa. 1 hit for Portland back in the first inning. This series has been all about pitching. Last night for Binghamton, R.J. Gordon, 5 innings, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. John Hollabetz, 5 innings scoreless with 10 strikeouts. We go to Wednesday, Channing Austin, 3 innings, 1 earned, and then Binghamton's bullpen went 6 hitless and no runs over those final 6 innings. Hayden Mullins for Portland went 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, scoreless ball. And Tuesday, Caleb Bolden went scoreless for Portland. So we have seen low-scoring games, and it has come down to really 1 inning. For Portland, it's been the home run. 1-0 count, pitch to Taylor, is a fastball up and out for ball 2. Last night, the Sea Dogs won 3-2. Franklin Arias had a solo home run. Coupled that with a flooded of the base paths inning. And then Binghamton tried to crawl back in the 9th, but couldn't. 2-0 from Correa. Slider is in the dirt, 3-0. And Correa has thrown 7 straight balls. Caden Rose is on deck. Ponies now have some action in their bullpen in right center field. Big pitch for Correa. 2 down in the frame with a runner on. 3-0. Slider on the outer half. Called strike. 41 pitches. It's a season high for Correa on the pitch count. Two-step lead for White. Collins holds him on. 3-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Back to the slider on the inner half. Count is full. White will be on the go as Suero comes out of his squat to tell the infield. Could be Correa's last batter, whether it's a walk, a hit, or a strikeout. Correa sets, payoff pitch, White way off first. He goes, here's the pitch, inner half, called strike three. 3 consecutive sliders. Second strikeout for Correa. And what a big job for the right-hander to get out of the jam. No hits, no.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
To second, they might have a chance for 3. In time, a triple play. 4, 6, 3. Homa to Fleming, all the way to Poole.
And then back-to-back walks. Montgomery to left, hit well. Another Knights grand slam. Oh my!
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Scoreless to the bottom of the second from Rapido Stadium. Binghamton and Portland, game 4 of 6. Sea Dogs have the 2-1 series lead. Kevin Parada, the cleanup man for Binghamton, faces a lefty, Dalton Rogers. Just 2 base runners for Binghamton, no hits in the first. Parada swings through a first pitch fastball, and we're underway in bottom 2. KP is 0 for 8 in this series, 3 strikeouts. We'll do the DH work tonight. Rogers far third base side of the rubber. He's almost off the mound. 0-1 breaking ball, slow roller, foul, third base line. That right foot of Rogers is pretty much falling off the hill. And his left foot is as far off the slab as you can go. As Parada in an 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. Low and in on a changeup. Dalton Rogers, he entered the 2023 season as a top 30 prospect. Pitched for the University of Southern Miss. That's where he finished his career. Was with Southern Louisiana and Jones College. 1-2 pitch, Parada clips it foul, first base side. Fastball, slider, curveball, and a changeup for Rogers. Has thrown 23 pitches. Parada now calls time. KP had such a strong stretch in 20 games with AAA Syracuse, hit over 300. Ponies hoping for the leadoff man on in bottom 2. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball is fouled back. This series, neither offense has found big innings. Portland has had 4 solo home runs in this series. Binghamton had a 2-run shot last night from Corey Collins, but neither side has flooded the base paths. 1-2 to Parada. Fastball called strike 3. Up and inside corner. 94 miles per hour. And it's back-to-back backwards Ks for Rogers. Here's JT Schwartz. Schwartz playing third base for the first time this season, 13th time in his career in the Mets organization. And Schwartz did play third base in 3 games back in summer ball in 2019. First pitch of the lefty, misses away, count 1-0. For the Wenatchee Apple Sox of the West Coast League. Had to go way back to see how much time JT's had at third. Glove at the face for Rogers, can barely see his eyes. The lefty's 1-0. Schwartz drives it deep in the air to center, but it brings Belace in, and Belace will make the catch. Schwartz just had it off the end of the bat. Long run for Belace. Immediately from this angle, thought Schwartz got a good piece of it. Belace sprints in, and there's 2 down.
Here's the right fielder, number 1, Vincent Perozo.
4 straight retired from Rogers. Now looks to get through Vincent Perozo. Jalen Palmer, Nick Lucky to follow for Binghamton. Lefty on lefty, first pitch to Perozo. Swings through a fastball. Count is 0-1. Perozo hitting 198, 7 homers, hoping to get back on track after he had a monster end of May into June with Binghamton. Rogers with 28 pitches and 2 punch-outs, his 0-1. Perozo takes a fastball away for ball 1. So Perozo back in June hit 241, but was able to belt 4 homers. Now into July, hitting 108. 1-1 breaking ball is in the attic, 2 balls, 1 strike. And that stretch for Perozo in June. Had back-to-back homers in early June at home against Reading. That's when Binghamton won 5 straight. And the Ponies have been live and die by the long ball. Here's the 2-1. Perozo behind a fastball. Count is 2-2. Binghamton is 26-27 when they hit a home run. But the Ponies this year, when they do not belt a home run, they are 8-32. Perozo digs back in. Rogers sets. No score in bottom 2. Nobody on with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball low and away for ball 3. We'll see who Binghamton goes to out of the bullpen. Donis Correa likely going to be done. On a bullpen night, he goes 2 scoreless. Rogers rocks and deals. Here's the payoff pitch to Perozo. And Perozo goes fishing at a slider. 3rd strikeout for Rogers through 2 innings. He has 2 in the second on a 1-2-3. We head to the top.
Alternate identities are always great because it just adds a new layer.
When you talk about Rochester, our most famous cuisine is the garbage plate. It became so popular that Thursdays are for the plates in Rochester.
The first alternate identity that we had was the Albuquerque green chili cheeseburgers.
So that's what makes minor league baseball great. We have an amazing ability to get in touch with our community.
With 3 strikeouts, as this one roped on a line, left center field, dropping for a base hit. As this one is crushed, Eldon Celestin has gone yard. This one in the air, hits off of Gutierrez's glove, RBI double. And that's a fair ball rolling to the corner. Jordan trying to hustle over. Eldon Celestin has delivered on a cycle here.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Let's see it. Come Jamie, 1 for 3 for you. Know what? It's fantastic. It was tough. You did a great job. Thanks for playing.
A happy Friday from Rapido Stadium. We head to the top half of the third inning. No score between Portland and Binghamton. Cam Manna with you, our producer in Derek Young. Glad you could join us. Dionys Correa is done. It's a bullpen night for Binghamton. Correa goes 2 scoreless innings. He punches out 2. He walks 2 with 1 hit and no runs. Felipe De La Cruz will now get the ball. Expect the right-hander Brendan Gurton in bulk relief. Michael Collins is not going to go to him here in the third inning, so De La Cruz will face 9-1-2 for Portland. That's Caden Rose, Abram Liendo, and Will Turner. Felipe De La Cruz, 25 years old, one of Binghamton's top arms out of the pen. A 2.45 ERA on the year. De La Cruz the lefty, Rose the righty. First pitch, slider whips in for a strike. Pitching change as always brought to you by William Orban Insurance. Maybe it's time to consider changing your insurance. Give the Orban Harding team a call. Give you that phone number after this pitch. 0-1 is swung through from Rose. Count 0-2. Call them at 607-729-9292. They insure your neighbors. Let them insure you too. Rose hitting .225, 14 RBIs. He calls time. De La Cruz pitched in the opener, an inning scoreless, 2 strikeouts, and Binghamton's 4-3 loss. He sets first base side, and the 0-2 is a fastball in. Correa gave Binghamton exactly what you want on a bullpen night. 2 innings, scoreless ball, threw the most amount of pitches he was going to throw with 44. That's a season high. And he got out of a jam, which felt like a jam, in that first inning. First and second with nobody out. 1-2, inner half and a heater, and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caden Rose, 24 years old. Narrow righty stance, waves the bat. 2-2. Breaking ball is outside, count is full. Rose 1 for 7 in this series with a double. Was 1 for 9 in the last homestand in 3 games against Somerset. Infield in the shade, outfield still in the sun. Just after 7:45 on this Friday night. 3-2 pitch, slider just holds outside for ball 4. So De La Cruz had Rose 0-2, but Rose works back for 4 consecutive balls. Here's Abram Liendo, the leadoff man. The good thing about the 7 o'clock start is that crazy glare between the shade and the sun from home plate to the mound is not going to be a factor as it is for a 6:07 start. Liendo right-handed bat. First pitch, breaking ball for a strike. Last night, you have De La Cruz would be in the sun and Liendo would be in the shade because of the awning behind home plate. And it's tough to pick up the baseball. 2-step lead for Rose, no score in top 3. Just 1 hit for Portland. De La Cruz picks over. Do they have Rose? No, they do not. Rose just back. De La Cruz did the same head fake Dalton Rogers used back in the first inning to pick off Suero. Rose just back, sliding to the outside of the bag. The 0-1 pitch, Liendo fouls it back. Count is 0-2 again. De La Cruz, what a resilient year. Began the season on the development list. Michael Collins says it's so special to see a guy that was on that list and how he's worked back and is just focused on himself and what he can control. Has floated between AA Binghamton, AAA Syracuse, and has done a real good job. Scoreless in 3 of his last 5. Runner goes, here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. Suero throw down to second base on a sidearm is just not in time. Rose with a stolen base, second stolen base of the night for Portland, but Liendo does go down swinging for De La Cruz's first punch out. The arm angle from Suero. That's an inside pitch that Suero gloves and then has to transfer, leaning back to his right, and threw it on his sidearm. Almost got Rose. Here's Will Turner. He has the only hit tonight. Single back in the first inning, was stranded at third. Lefty on lefty. First pitch, Turner fouls it back. Will Turner, 8th in the Eastern League with a .377 on-base percentage. That 193 average does not tell the whole story when you walk 55 times. He's got an RBI chance, has 23 of those. De La Cruz peeks at Rose, and the 0-1. Pitch is up top, count is even. Portland leads the series 2-1. Sea Dogs are the top team in the second half of the Northeast Division. Open a clinch a spot in the playoffs come September is Portland. 1-1, Turner fouls it back third base side. Hartford won the first half, but in terms of overall record, Portland now is the best record in the Northeast Division. Hartford is 49-43 overall. Portland is 50-42 and 15-9 in the second half. De La Cruz sets, glove at the belt. Rose bouncing around. 1-2, fouled off. Off the glove of Suero. No, did not foul it off. Suero just dropped it and then tagged out Turner for the second punch out for De La Cruz. So 2 outs in the inning. Turner decided to not opt to run to first. And back-to-back punch outs for the southpaw and Felipe. But Brooks Brandon, tough man to get through. Brandon walked in his first AB. Leads the team with 51 RBIs, 16 homers. First pitch fastball at the letters for a strike. Brandon is 9th in the Eastern League with those 51 ribbies. Has the bat parallel on his shoulder and has one batting glove on his bottom hand. The 0-1, inner half called strike as Brandon backed out of the way. So after a leadoff walk, De La Cruz can retire 3 straight. Bullpen night for Binghamton, need all the help they can get. 15 pitches for De La Cruz. Peeks at Rose off second. Here's the 0-2 to Brandon. Fastball, called strike 3 on the outer half. 97 on the gun for Felipe. 3 consecutive Ks. And he goes scoreless in the third. We head to bottom 3. Dalton Rogers back out there. And Binghamton looking to strike on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
Each year now we have a contest for our patients that they can design the jersey that's worn by the players this evening.
We do a jersey auction. The proceeds are raised to benefit Children's Hospital, and they have a chance to meet the players who wore the jerseys, get them autographed.
We always talk about not playing for the name on the back, but when you feel like you're really playing for something and you're representing a community, it means a lot.
Leaves the yard for the second consecutive at-bat. And Sanford cranks this one. Kling looking up. It is gone! Sanford goes deep to center, his third.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Jalen Palmer digs in for Binghamton, facing Dalton Rogers. We have no score here, bottom three. Friday night baseball here in downtown Binghamton. Rogers to Palmer, first pitch. Slider is up for ball one. Palmer hitting .194, 13 RBIs, playing second base tonight. Rogers deals. Fastball is up, 2-0. Felipe De La Cruz walked a batter in the top half of the inning, but struck out the next three. Bullpen night for Binghamton. It's been a good start for their staff. Two-0 pitch. It is low. 3 balls, no strikes to Palmer. Rogers has thrown 36 pitches, 2 walks, no hits. He has struck out 3. Palmer, the leadoff man, looking to kick off Binghamton. 3-0 pitch. Palmer had the green light, swings through his sinker. Count is 3-1. Ponies have not struck first in this series, trailing in the series 2-1. Rogers, third base side of the rubber. The left-handed starter for Portland. 3-1 pitch. Palmer takes a fastball for a strike. Binghamton last night struck out 18 times. 10 were via the backwards K. Palmer, the tall righty stance. Pink batting gloves with the pink jersey. 3-2 his way is inside as he backs out of the way for ball 4. Third walk from Rogers. Second leadoff base runner for Binghamton. They had one in the first. Suero led off the game, but then was picked off by Rogers. And then they walked. Got to second on a wild pitch. Nothing to show for him. Here's the shortstop, Nick Lucky. 23rd game at the AA level for Lucky. Was signed to the Mets on a minor league deal earlier this month. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch is low. Lucky was playing for the Lancaster Stormers of the Atlantic League, independent baseball, where he hit .345, Mets notice. And Lucky began his time with Binghamton on a tear, has slowed down since, hitting .239. Rogers peaks, throws, 1-0, called strike on a slider. Bottom three, no score. And again, a game that has just been, the main character has been the pitchers. 1-1 pitch. Fastball dips low, 2 balls, 1 strike. And Portland looking for another beautiful outing. Hollabet's 5 scoreless last night. Mullins 5 scoreless prior. Bolden 3 scoreless in the opener. Rogers 2-1 pitch. Lucky chops it foul, first base side. And this Portland offense, dating back to their game Sunday against Somerset, and the first 2 games of this series, they had 5 or less hits in 3 straight games for the first time all year, but they're still winning because of this pitching. 2-2 to Lucky, swings through a slider for strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Dalton Rogers, and the first out of the third. Season high is 6 strikeouts for Rogers. Has at least 4 strikeouts now in 3 consecutive starts. Here's Chris Suero for the second time. So Rogers has gotten through the order once with 4 punch outs and no hits. Palmer's off first. And Suero in the box. First pitch, breaking ball called strike. Palmer went to Holy Cross High School in Queens. Grew up in Brooklyn. Chris Suero grew up in the Bronx. 2 New York guys here for Binghamton. Suero hitting .196 for the Ponies. 0-1. Suero goes fishing at a changeup and falls to the left-hander's batter's box. Count is 0-2. Rogers has been efficient. has thrown 46 pitches, 25 for strikes. Couple of walks have hurt him, but can he bounce back again? Palmer goes, 0-2 pitch, inside. Throw from Baez. Tag is not in time. Head first slide from Palmer. He's in there safely on the stolen base. 8th stolen base on the year for Jalen Palmer. Binghamton being aggressive here early. You love it from Michael Collins. When you see a game that's pitching dominant, every base runner you get is valuable, but you got to be aggressive. Suero now in a 1-2 count. Palmer's walking off second. Rose holding him on. Rogers sets, and the 1-2. Suero chops it off his body, just stays alive. Suero on the year with runners in scoring position has been a 194 hitter. 4 home runs, 21 RBIs. Suero did not homer against Akron in the 3-game set, has not homered in this series. He did so 2 Sundays back at Hartford. Rogers the highlight kick. 1-2. Suero bloops one down the left field line. Dunks in for a base hit. Palmer rounds third base. There's no throw from Frazier left. He goes to second, and Suero slides in safely. Chris Suero, the Energizer Bunny here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. An RBI double, his 34th ribby of the year. And he gives Binghamton a 1-0 lead. Just got it into left field. Frazier picked up the baseball, immediately went to second, and Suero was in there on the head first slide. John Bay now digs in. Ponies on top. First time they have scored first in this series. Bay walked and advanced to second back in the first. Suero, he's picked off again. Rogers the inside move, throw to second. It's bobbled from Rose. Throw to third is past Leendo and then off of the umpire. Oh man! Chris Suero, hand on his knees. A high five from Michael Collins in relief. They have to be relieved. Suero was picked off already. Rogers spun to second. Suero was in hot water. What does he do? He goes to third. Rogers throws to second. Rose, the second baseman, bobbled the baseball. Throw to third was past Leendo, and it hit Frank Jones, the umpire, so Suero stays on third. Infield comes in. First pitch to Bay is swung through on a slider. You cannot make that up. Suero was going to be gunned out, but Frank Jones, the umpire, was behind the bag, probably to the left of it, and when it skipped off of Leendo's glove, it was stopped by Jones. Here's the 0-1. Bay takes a changeup low. Count is even. So Suero's off third. The RBI double. And he will get to third base. That will be ruled a E4 on a throwing error from Rose. Count is 1-1. Pitch to Bay. Swings through a slider that cut in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Binghamton leading 1-0 here in bottom 3. Suero's 34th ribby of the year. Great crowd on tap. Bay waves the bat, hoping for his second double-A hit. 1-2 is taken low and in. Binghamton playing as the Binghamton Creatures in honor of the Twilight Zone. Rod Serling, the creator, grew up right here in Binghamton. A lot of fans on top for the baseball and for the Twilight Zone and the jerseys. 2-2 pitch to Bay is chin music up and in. Count is full. Corey Collins waits on deck. Collins has been the hero for Binghamton. The Ponies fans have loved to see him in the early going. Bay's counterpart just called up from High A, Brooklyn. 3-2 at the infield and the pitch, and Bay fouls it first base side and onto Court Street. There could be 2 outs in the inning. Rogers had Suero again. But low throw from Rogers, bobbled from Rose, and a throw that was late to Liendo gives Suero third base. Bay hopes to drive him in. Rogers a deep breath. From the stretch, another 3-2. Bay goes fishing at a slider. 5 strikeouts for Dalton Rogers, and it was the slide piece that whole at bat. 2 strikeouts in the second and third for Rogers. And with 2 down, here's the left-handed bat, Corey Collins. Collins 4 for 8 through his first 3 games at the pinch hit 2-run shot in the 9th inning last night. Nate Baez, the catcher, will talk to Rogers. Palmer, the leadoff walk was big, but the stolen base was even bigger. Got to second base and set up Suero for the RBI double. Crowd getting into it. Ponies hoping to even up this series at 2 apiece. Over in Queens, Mets beginning a 10-game homestand. It begins with the Dodgers. Game tied at 1 in the top half of the 4th inning. Juan Soto has walked 2 times already. Luis Robert with a hit and a run scored. So here's Corey Collins. Rogers sets. First pitch, slider, a called strike on the outer half. Rogers up to 57 pitches. His only hit, a double to Suero. Rogers sets. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch is low and out. Baez just gloves the fastball. Corey Collins, a 6th-round pick in 2024 out of the University of Georgia, where he was a standout. 20 home runs during his senior year in 2024. 1-1 pitch is low and away and taken from Collins. Collins 13 homers, hit .230 with High A Brooklyn. Chance here to contribute with the Ponies. And on our pregame show today, Collins said that his goal is to just be as stubborn as possible in the box. Suero walking off third. Infield is back with 2 outs. Here's the 2-1. Fastball is up and away. 3 balls, 1 strike. Corey Collins, 4 RBIs through his first 3. Hitters count 3-1. Rogers deals. It's away for ball 4. Now that slider has left the arsenal from Rogers. First and third, Jose Ramos will step in. Ramos struck out back in the first inning. He is 2 for 9 in this series with 2 doubles that both came on Tuesday. Ramos hoping to get back to his slugging ways. 13 homers, team lead in 48 RBIs for Ramos. First pitch, taken on a fastball for ball 1. One 0 Binghamton, bottom 3. Chris Suero off third. Hands on his knees. He thought he was out in the inning. He is not. Has given the Ponies life. 1-0. Ramos takes again. It's a changeup in for ball 2. Ramos has just homered 1 time in July after homering 4 times in June and 5 times in May. Has 2 on with 2 down. 2-0 pitch from Rogers. Ramos behind a fastball. Binghamton last night going up against the clean starter of Hollabats. They did not have a multi-base runner inning. They have one here off of Rogers in the 3rd. He looks at first. 2-1 breaking ball is skied foul, first base side, and out of play. So Rogers can get out of it here. He'll throw his 65th pitch. Has struck out 2 batters in the inning, 2 walks, and a double, a run scored. But if he can get out of it right here, that would be a win for Rogers in Portland. Collins off first. Suero off third base. Here's the 2-2. Inside fastball for ball 3. Kevin Parada is on deck. Lefty warming up in the Portland bullpen. We'll see if Kyle Sisela will make the move after this batter. Kevin Parada, a right-handed hitter. Collins will be on the move. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. It almost clipped Ramos. Either way, he gets first base. And the bases are juiced for Parada. Kyle Sisela has not moved, leaning out of the dugout, clapping his hands. Dalton Rogers will stay in a big spot, and Kevin Parada looks to deliver the big blow. Kevin Parada has not homered this year for Binghamton, has 10 RBIs with the Ponies. Binghamton has not had a lot of bases loaded opportunities in this series. They just left 6 on last night. A chance to come up big here. Ponies have 3 grand slams on the year as well. Last one on June 3rd from JT Schwartz. He's on deck. Nate Baez done talking to Dalton Rogers on the mound visit. Rogers sets, every base occupied, and time is called from John Reed. Parada was not set in the batter's box, and he had time on the pitch clock, so both parties will reset. Rogers now from the windup. First pitch to Parada is low and in. Check swing. He did not go, says the crew chief, Dylan Hulsey, first base side. Suero had the RBI double, has given Binghamton the 1-0 lead. Both sides with 1 hit here in bottom 3. Kevin Parada ahead 1-0. Rogers throws. Parada takes a fastball low. It's 2-0. Rogers has lost the zone. Ramos off first, Collins off second, both walks. Suero off third. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Low and in for ball 3. Rogers inching closer to walking 3 consecutive batters. Rogers has walked 7 over his last 2 starts. We'll see if Parada has the green light. 3-0, he does not. He takes a fastball for a strike. 2 miles per hour off the usual from Rogers. That one down to 91 just to get me over. KP hopes to deliver here for Binghamton. Hoping for his first hit of the series. Rogers rocks and deals on the 3-1. Parada drives it to center field. Deep in the air. Belace is back, and he's under it at the track and makes the catch for the 3rd out. Parada just missed it, and Dalton Rogers gets out of the jam. 3 walks, 3 stranded, just 1 hit, and
lifted high in the air down the third base line. Third baseman Morales near the sidewall, reaching out over the netting. He reels it in, side retired. A couple of really nice plays defensively in this game.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so we wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Swing, and this one out towards left. It gets down, and Jace Bowen has a 1-out single. 2-2. Swing, and it's lofted out towards left. Taylor jogging around third base as Bowen will stop at second base. 1-1. Davis drifting back at the wall. He turns. It's gone. As he gets the triple in the 8th inning. Jace Bowen has hit for the cycle.
people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning. Chris Suero delivers an RBI double for Binghamton, but the Ponies leave 3 on in bottom 3. And it's only a 1-0 lead. What a big win there for Portland and Dalton Rogers. Felipe De La Cruz, second inning in relief. Here's the 4-hitter Nate Baez for the Sea Dogs. First pitch, slider is in, count 1-0. The Ponies flooded the bases. Suero's double, 2 walks, and then Parada flew out to deep center to end the inning. 1-0 to Baez. He's behind a fastball. 97 again from De La Cruz. Count is 1-1. De La Cruz in the third walked the leadoff man and struck out 3 consecutive batters. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball is smacked foul and into the top row of the stands down the left field line. First time Binghamton has scored first in this series. But you think for Dalton Rogers, that could have been a blow-up, and how he just stayed composed and worked back in multiple 3-0 counts was behind Parada 3-0. 1-2 pitch is up and away. Count is even. De La Cruz, last 2 appearances, 3 innings, no earned, and 5 strikeouts for the left-hander. Baez waves the bat. Now it's on his shoulder. 2-2 pitch. He clubs it foul down the right field line.
That's a JKS home improvement. Foul ball.
Portland a 1-game lead over Reading for first place in the Northeast Division. This is game 4 of 6. These squads will face off 12 more times after this series, both in Portland, Maine. 2-2. Baez hits it foul again. Right field line. 97 from De La Cruz. He is pumping that fastball. De La Cruz known for being the most athletic player on the team. And the talk is nobody has a better vertical than De La Cruz. 2-2 pitch, fastball, first base side, high in the air. It will get to the seats. Back during the Somerset series in May, Matt and I had a conversation with Jalen Palmer and Chris Suero about basketball, and they said De La Cruz can get up. He can dunk with ease and just a freak athlete. The lefty sets up another 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is fouled off the top of the Portland dugout. Water goes flying. Looks like everybody's okay. Man. May have also took the hat off of one of the coaches for Portland. Brooks Brandon, Miguel Blaze towards the top of the dugout. That was a close one, and water definitely went flying. Battle here between Baez and De La Cruz. Here's the 8th pitch of the AB. Grounded foul, third base side. And Baez is working a great at-bat. De La Cruz up to 27 pitches. Baez 38 RBIs on the year. In the series for Baez, doubled yesterday, went 1 for 4, 1 for 3 the night prior. Who wins this battle, De La Cruz or Baez? The pitch. Baez smokes it to left, but right at Ramos, backpedals 2 steps and makes the catch. That was hit 104 off the bat, but directly at Ramos for the first out. Brings up Matt Frazier, Miguel Blaze. It's 4-5-6 for Portland. And De La Cruz victorious in a long at-bat. Matt Frazier is 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop and lucky in the second inning. Lefty on lefty here. First pitch from De La Cruz. Frazier pops it up foul down the left field line. De La Cruz was signed by the Mets at 20 years old in 2021 as an international free agent. This bullpen for Binghamton, just so much talent. Glove with the belt for De La Cruz, the 0-1. Taken for a strike from Frazier. Matt Caracetti, the pitching coach, has gone through this bullpen, and he really thinks, and you have to agree with him, every guy in this bullpen at some point has a strong, strong chance of being a good big leaguer. 0-2 to Frazier, slider scoots away. And even the newcomers, Garrett Stratton and Justin Armbruster, have just been lights out. Armbruster, 1 earned run over 11 1/3 innings pitched. Stratton has not walked a batter with 16 strikeouts. Here's the 1-2. Frazier a check swing. He just knobbed it off. Right in front of Suero. And De La Cruz will get a new baseball. Donis Correa pitching tonight. Celso Garcia has been a high leverage reliever. Carlos Guzman pitching in the World Baseball Classic. Dakota Hawkins went 3 innings scoreless just a few days back. List goes on and on and on. And it gives this team a lot of confidence when they do have a lead. Here's the 1-2 to Frazier. Up and in. Almost hit Frazier on the wrist. He just got out of the way for ball 2. That was 98 from De La Cruz, his fastest pitch tonight. 10-pitch AB to Baez. 6th pitch of this at-bat coming up to Frazier. Two-two pitch. Frazier fouls it off right off home plate. Making De La Cruz work, and that could be a victory for Portland in this frame. 33 pitches for Felipe. No one up in Binghamton's bullpen. Frazier, 28 years old, from Fresno, California. Signed as a free agent with Portland in the Red Sox org in 2025. Here's the 2-2. Sliders off the plate. Count is full. Back-to-back at-bats with a full count. Frazier was signed by the Pirates in 2019. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Suero tags out Frazier on the drop third strike. That slider looked like a wiffle ball, and it's the 4th punch out for De La Cruz. There's 2 outs in the frame. Just another long at-bat where De La Cruz is dodging punches and trying to put down the hitter. That was an 8-pitch at-bat. Here's Miguel Bleis. First time De La Cruz will face the right-handed bat. 18 pitches in the inning for De La Cruz. First pitch to Bleis. He swings through his slider. Count is 0-1. Bleis hitting .220, 9 homers, and 26 runs batted in. In search of his 60th hit of the year. The 0-1 is low and blocked. Bleis, 22 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Signed as an international free agent in 2021. Has been with Greenville and Portland this year. One ball, one strike, the pitch. Bleis lines it down the left field line and will drop fair and into the corner and off the wall, and it skips off the netting, and that will make it a ground rule double because it hit the netting down the line. Bleis would probably have only got a double, but if that ricochets off the wall, you never know from the angle that Ramos was coming at. It's a 2-out double for Bleis. Chalks up his 12th double of this season. That netting stretches all the way down the line in left and right field. That took a loud bounce off the dirt on the warning track in left field. Here's the lefty Mason White. takes the first pitch slider as Suero blocks it in the righty's batter's box. Second hit on the night for Portland. Binghamton has one. They lead the game 1-0. De La Cruz 2 pitches shy of 40. Here's the 1-0 to White. Fastball is taken low for ball 2. That double from Blaze hits the grass. It's going to roll to the corner of the 330 side, and the speed Blaze has, that could be a triple. De La Cruz looks at second, 2-0. White grounds it foul, first base side. Now, the funny part about this game, into the 4th inning, there has been one ground ball out. A 6-3 put out in the 2nd inning. 2 flyouts, a line out, and 6 strikeouts. You do not see that often on a scorecard. There's no ground balls. 2-1 pitch. Suero can't glove it. Sneaks to his right, but Blaze will not advance. He's back to second. Count is 3-1. Correa had 1 ground out with 2 strikeouts and 2 flyouts, and then a caught stealing. De La Cruz, 4 strikeouts, a line out. Tying run off second for Portland. Go-ahead run in the box. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Misses in by a hair. Ball 4. Second walk from De La Cruz. It's first and second. Chris Suero will come out to talk with De La Cruz, and Michael Collins will come out as well. So De La Cruz will be done at 42 pitches, which is the most that he has thrown over his last 5 appearances. Collins takes the ball. It's first and second for Portland with 2 outs in a 1-0 Binghamton lead in the top of the 4th inning. This pitching change brought to you by William Orban Insurance.
Picked up right where he left off last year. First pitch with a runner breaking, popped into shallow right center. Bradfield on the run along with Fabian, a diving play for the out. And with Jones running, he will easily be doubled up at first base. Just a matter of whether Fabian or Bradfield could make the play. Fabian did. Couldn't tell if Holiday put a little deke on Jones there. He went in head first on the dive. I don't think he had any idea.
One of the personal touches on the uniform is the gray, making it look like it's the old wool. The great thing about the Birmingham Black Barons uniforms, very simple in regards to the triangle B and the block lettering for Birmingham across the chest. This is something that's a little bit more geared towards the players. Having the tribute to Negro League, I think this is going to be a marquee moment for them in their journey. To be able to honor and salute the legacy and contributions of the Negro League legends is just unbelievable.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Binghamton near the top half of the 4th inning. Ponies playing as the Binghamton Creatures. They lead the Portland Sea Dogs 1-0. Douglas Oriana is in. Felipe De La Cruz an inning and 2/3 a hit. He's responsible for both runners. He struck out 4 and walked 2. Oriana, 24 years old. Over his last 5, he has struggled, 10 earned runs, but against Akron last weekend, an inning scoreless with 2 strikeouts, and everybody has the trust in Oriana, especially what he did in the first 3 months of the season. Leads this squad and wins with 7. His first pitch to Nelly Taylor shows bunt, pulls back. It's a ball. And Oriana has not been wavered by a tougher stretch. Looked really good against the Rubber Ducks. 2 on here for the Sea Dogs. Tying run off second for Taylor. 1-0 pitch. Slider in there for a strike. Count is 1-1. 4-seam slider curveball for Oriana. Blue glove for Douglas, nicknamed El Duke. From Caracas, Venezuela. His 1-1. Breaking ball is fouled first base side. Almost hit the first base coach and Kyle Schmidt. Kyle Sasela, the acting manager, is down the third base line. Bullpen night for Binghamton. Correa goes 2, De La Cruz an inning and 2/3. Now the chance for Oriana with a 1-0 lead. Can he put down Taylor? Glove with the belt for Oriana. His 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Taylor goes fishing. Drop third strike in time. And the top of the fourth is over. 1 hit, no runs, 2 left on. De La Cruz and Oriana get through a scoreless frame. We head to bottom 4. Ponies on top 1-0 on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
So we got a little throwback uni on, gray socks, you feel me? So it's like we're going back in time. So I feel the presence of Jackie Robinson, you know what I'm saying? All those great guys. So yeah, we're gonna play like them too.
Just love kind of having this logo here, Triple B's. You know, those guys went through a lot more than I probably can ever imagine. And, you know, it's a fight that they had to put up just so I can get here. And so getting the chance to even wear the jersey and get on the field and play is something huge.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
We welcome you back to Mirabito Stadium from the William Moore Band broadcast booth. Cam Manna with you, our producer Derek Young. Glad you could join us on this Friday night. It's 1-0 Binghamton, and JT Schwartz will dig in. Vincent Perozzo, Jalen Palmer to follow. 6-7-8 for the Ponies. Dalton Rogers at 71 pitches, the starter, rocks and deals, and Schwartz clubs the first pitch foul down the left field line. Portland left 2 on in the top half of the fourth inning. A 2-out double from Blaise, a walk from White. Oriana came out of the bullpen, replacing De La Cruz, got the strikeout. The 0-1, taken for a strike at the knees from Schwartz. Count is 0-2. Schwartz flew out to deep center in the second inning. Had 3 hits last night, his 5th 3-hit game of the year. That leads all Rumble Ponies. Rogers sets. His 0-2 is spiked. Hit the grass in front of home plate. And Schwartz now also 14 multi-hit games. In July, he has 3 3-hit games. Been a dominant month for JT. Hitting .333, over 1,000 OPS in July. Rogers rocks and deals. Here's the 1-2. It's low and out. At 1 run for Binghamton, a Chris Suero RBI double in the 3rd inning. And in this series, it's only going to take a few based on how the pitching matchups have gone. Rogers third base side, 2-2. Schwartz check swing, did not go on a fastball away, and the count is full. 76 pitches for Dalton Rogers. 9th start of the year for the 25-year-old lefty. Glove at the face. And the 3-2. Schwartz fouls it back. Last time Binghamton was at the plate, Rogers was a batter away from being pulled. Bases were loaded with 2 outs and had Parada fly out to deep, deep center. Portland had a lefty warming up. Right now, nobody throwing. Here's another 3-2 to Schwartz. Breaking ball hangs upstairs for ball 4. First time Schwartz is on tonight, and the walks have plagued Rogers. 6 walks for Rogers. That's a season high, and that matches a career high for the left-hander, and that's going to do it. Kyle Sasale, the acting manager, comes out, makes the point to the left field bullpen. Schwartz is off first base. We're in bottom 4, and it's 1-0 Binghamton. This pitching change brought to you by William Moore Band Insurance. Vincent Perozzo steps in for Binghamton. JT Schwartz off first base here in bottom 4. Ponies on top 1-0. Kyle Sasale to the bullpen for the Sea Dogs. Dalton Rogers is done after 3 innings. Left-hander Jeremy Wuyellen, the 27-year-old, will make his second appearance of this series against the lefty Perozzo. Nobody out, and the first pitch is a fastball that hangs upstairs for ball 1. On Tuesday, Wuyellen did not finish an inning. Allowed an earned run on a hit and hit a batter as well, and then got taken out in the 4-3 win. 1-0 pitch. Perozzo takes a slider for a strike. Count is 1-1. Just 1 hit for Binghamton, a Chris Suero RBI double in the 3rd. That has been the action tonight. Wuyellen throws. Perozzo whiffs. Count is 1-2 on a quick pitch from Wuyellen. Perozzo was asking the umpire, John Reed, if Wuyellen was set. It almost looked like it was a balk. Just did not have a leg kick there, as he did over the first 2 pitches. Schwartz leans off first. Here's the leg kick, now the 1-2. And the sweeper is outside for ball 2. Wuyellen from Seattle, Washington. It was a 4th-round pick in 2020. Wuyellen played his baseball at Hawaii. He toes the rubber 3rd base side from the stretch. Long look at Schwartz. Now the 2-2 to Perozzo. Check swing. Did he go around? Frank Jones says yes. Perozzo goes down swinging. That slider is not where Wuyellen wanted it, but it just knobbed off Perozzo for the first down. There's Jalen Palmer, who started the rally for Binghamton. Led off the 3rd with a walk and stole 2nd to set up Suero. Palmer, the right-handed bat against the lefty Wu Yellen. First pitch is fouled off the netting. So Rogers is the first Portland starter of this series to not finish an outing scoreless. It could just be one run if Schwartz does not score. 0-1, Palmer drives it in the air to right. It sends Taylor back. He heads to the track. Taylor backpedaling, makes the catch at the wall. It sends Schwartz back to first base. What a run for the lefty Nelly Taylor, going glove side and making the catch. Slamming against the wall, that's right below the scoreboard. Palmer almost went the opposite way for his second blast and just missed it. So 2 outs for Wu Yellen, and now here's the lefty Nick Lucky. Palmer and Parada have both missed home runs by just a few feet. Nick Lucky to lefty with 2 down. First pitch called strike on a heater, inner half. For Wu Yellen on the year, he was activated off the injured list on June 16th. Was on the 7-day. Sets up. 0-1. Lucky takes a slider. Count is 0-2. Had a non-roster invite to spring training, but has been on the injured list starting on April 2nd and was rehabbing in the Florida Complex League in June. Looks to finish off a scoreless fourth. 0-2 is outside. And if Wu Yellen can get through this frame, Rogers will go 3 innings, 1 hit with an earned run and 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. Schwartz leading off first. Brandon holds him on. Lucky struck out in his first AB. Here's the 1-2. Misses on the outer half. John Reed wanted to pull the trigger, the home plate umpire, but he held back. Sun is pretty much set from Rapido Stadium. We're in bottom 4, 1-0 Binghamton. 2-2 pitch, fastball, taken for strike 3. Low and outside corner, 95 miles.
So we got a little throwback Union, gray socks, you feel me? So it's like we're going back in time. So I feel the presence of Jackie Robinson, you know what I'm saying? All those great guys. So yeah, we're going to play like them too.
Just love kind of having this logo here, Triple B's. You know, those guys went through a lot more than I probably can ever imagine. And, you know, it's a fight that they had to put up just so I can get here. And so getting the chance to even wear the jersey and get on the field and play is something huge.
And then back-to-back walks. Montgomery to left, hit well. Another Knights Grand Slam. Oh my.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
New frame from Rapido Stadium. Top half of the 5th inning. Binghamton on top 1-0 against Portland. 9-1-2 for the Sea Dogs. Caden Rose, Abram Liendo, Will Turner, and Douglas Oriana. His first full inning of work. Stranded 2. He punched out Taylor to end the 4th. Rose the right-handed bat, Oriana the righty. First pitch called strike on a fastball as Rose was showing bunt. 2 stranded on a 2-out double from Miguel Blaze. Portland still trailing. They have 2 hits to Binghamton's 1. 0-1 delivery. Rose pops it up foul, first base side. Caden Rose hitting .225, 2 homers and 14 RBIs. 7th round pick back in 2023. Has been with high A, single A, and double A this year for Portland. Here's the 0-2. Misses on the outer half. Count is 1-2. Another pitcher's duel between Portland and Binghamton. Sea Dogs leading the series 2-1. 1-2 pitch. Rose swings through it, but it gets to the backstop. Pass Suero to his left, and Rose will get to first on the drop third strike. So Oriana does pick up the strikeout, but Rose will get to first, and there's nobody out. That slider was very, very low, and Suero had it ricochet off his left knee pad. Top of the order now in Abram Liendo. Portland just hoping for the opportunity here. Sea Dogs last night, they win 3-2, but they were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. First pitch to Liendo. A ball is taken inside. Night prior for Portland, in the 2-1 loss, Portland had no extra base hits. 1-0. Liendo takes a slider, this time for a strike. Count is 1-1. A couple of solo homers in the series for Portland, but Portland has not had a 2-run hit in this series. Oriana's 1-1 pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Last night for Portland, you get an Arias solo home run, fielder's choice RBI, and you score a run as well. That was via later on a sacrifice fly. That was in the 9th inning. 2-1 pitch. That one missed. Count is 3-1 to Liendo. In Wednesday afternoon's game, sacrifice fly from Arias scored the 1 run for Portland. And in the opener, 3 solo homers and an RBI single. 3-1 to Liendo off the glove of Suero for ball 4. It's first and second as Rose thinks about third but does not go. So Portland in business with nobody out for Will Turner, the walk machine. Turner singled in the first, struck out in the third. First time he'll face Oriana.
Designated hitter number 5, Will Turner.
This is where a pitcher's duel can shift in one inning like this. A strikeout that's not an out on a drop third strike turns into a walk. And Turner, the left-handed bat, has the tying run off second base in the 5th. Oriana throws. First pitch fastball is up and away for ball 1. Turner, 55 walks, is tied for first in the Eastern League. Waves the bat high just above his head. Oriana from the stretch. 1-0 pitch. Turner takes. It's a ball, 2-0. Oriana just missing the zone. This is not way off the mark from Douglas, but balls nevertheless. Slow game here tonight. Just methodical between both staffs. 2-0 pitch. Taken low on a slider, 3-0. Binghamton has a right-hander warming up in their bullpen in right center fields. Oriana has now just lost the zone off the drop third strike. First and second, nobody out. 3-0 delivery, fastball, a strike on the up and inside corner. Corners are back for Binghamton. Lucky at shortstop, holding on. The runner in Rose right behind him, and Palmer is straight away at second. Outfield straight away for Binghamton. Oriana high leg kick, 3-1. Inside, it missed for ball 4. Bases loaded for Brooks Brannon. Matt Carasetti, the pitching coach for Binghamton. He will jog out of the first base dugout, and he'll talk to Oriana, as well as Suero. JT Schwartz, the third baseman, will come in as well. The veteran in JT talking with Douglas. Second time the bases have been loaded in this game. Once for Binghamton, they were not able to score. And now with nobody out, Portland has a prime opportunity. Rose off third, Leando's going to be off second. Matt Carasetti, in his first year as the pitching coach with the Rumble Ponies, walks back to the first base dugout. Carasetti, a longtime major leaguer. Justin Armbruster, one of Binghamton's relievers. I asked him bluntly, how good does it make you feel knowing that when you're getting advice, it's from a former big leaguer? And he said it means the world. You trust Carasetti so much because he's seen it, because he's been in the bigs. Nobody out. Here's the righty Brooks Brannon. Oriana's first pitch is fouled back. Brannon walked in the first. He has struck out. 16 big flies for Brannon, and his 51 RBIs are 9th in the league. A gapper can just change the game. Go ahead run off second base, tying run off third. Here's the 0-1. Brannon takes a fastball for a strike. It's 0-2. Oriana is turning towards Suero, asking for a new baseball. He chucks it to the dugout. He'll get a new one. Oriana, the team leader in wins. 7-2 with 2 saves on the year. .32nd appearance for Oriana. Leads the squad out of the pen in appearances. No balls, 2 strikes. Oriana throws. Slider off the plate by a hair. Count is 1-2. 40 innings coming in for Oriana. Also leads the bullpen. 34 strikeouts, 17 walks. Portland hopes to deliver here in the top of the 5th. 1-2. Brannon swings through it. Strike 3 on a slider. Third strikeout for Douglas Oriana. And there's 1 down in the 5th. So after walking 2 consecutive batters, not finding the zone, Oriana goes at maybe the best slugger in the Eastern League and strikes him out. Gives way to the catcher and the 4-hitter Nate Baez. Double play is intact. Middle infield back, Schwartz back at third. Collins is creeping in at first. First pitch to Baez, chopper at Schwartz, gloves it. Schwartz will throw to first. Scoop from Collins, no, it's off his body. It trickles to the first base dugout, and 2 runs score. 1 run scored on the ground ball to Schwartz. He was not able to tag out Leando, and Schwartz rushed the throw. Collins cannot scoop it, and 2 runs are in. Portland is on top 2-1 in the top half of the 5th inning. Turner gets all the way to third base. So an A5 that is going to score 2 runs and brings Turner from first to third. Here's the lefty Matt Frazier with 1 out. Oriana's first pitch is outside. That's a tough play for Schwartz. Again, not at his true position. He's charging in, looks to tag Leando, can't, and then got rushed by the throw. Because that first option to tag Leando slowed everything up. The throw was a one-hopper, and Collins did not keep it in front. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Frazier swings through it. Count is 1-1. 1 run was scoring automatically on the ground ball. And then the E5 will bring in another run. Long look for Oriana in a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. It's low and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Oriana at 26 pitches. Right-hander still warming for Binghamton. Oriana got the ground ball. Just the Binghamton defense could not deliver that second out. Small lead for Baez. Collins holds him on off first. 2-1 pitch is blocked on a slider from Suero. 3 balls, 1 strike. Frazier's 0 for 2. 273 hitter with 8 RBIs. Multi-run inning here for Portland. That's the first time they've had a ball in play that has scored 2 runs. Not a hit, though, on the E5. 3-1. Up and in, ball 4 on the fastball. Bases loaded again with 1 out. Miguel Bleis will be the hitter. Oriana still in the game. Michael Collins not moving, neither is Matt Caracetti. Oriana will get Bleis.
Here's the center fielder, number 2, Miguel Bleis.
Weird inning for Oriana. You have that strikeout to start, drop 3rd strike. You walk 2. You put down Brandon on strikes. And then you had a chance there for at least an out on a ground ball. Bleis doubled in his last AB. Takes the first pitch slider for ball 1. Just before 9 p.m. on this Friday night. Slow ball game. Portland leading 2-1 on 2 hits. 1-0 to Bleis. Fastball below the knees, ball 2. Usually when a pitcher is missing the zone, they're misses. That one was actually a strike from our technology up here. Oriana is just off the plate. Bleis can deliver insurance. 2-0 pitch. Sliders low and out for ball 3. Frazier's off first, Baez off second, Turner off third. 3 walks in the inning, no hits. Oriana sets third base side. Here's the 3-0. Fastball letter high for a strike. Bleis doubled with 2 outs in the 4th, was stranded. A game where we've seen 3 runs and only 1 run has been on a hit. Can Oriana put down Bleis? Time is called from Suero. Gives Oriana a second. Infield is back. Collins is in at first. About 10 steps off the bag. 33rd pitch coming up for Oriana. 3-1. Bleis swings through it. Count is full. Dalton Rogers, the starter for Portland. Bases loaded in the 3rd, only 1 run scored. Oriana can do the same here and keep it where it is. That would be a win for Binghamton in this inning. Has to get down Bleis, just 1 out in the inning. 3-2 offering, fastball is low, ball 4, and a run scores. Bleis brings in a run on a walk. Turner comes in, Baez to 3rd, Frazier to 2nd, and Michael Collins will come out, and Oriana will be done here in the 5th inning. Binghamton goes to the bullpen. Portland has scored 3. They lead 3-1 in top 5. We'll take a break. This pitching change brought to you by William Orban Insurance. Big spot here for Portland in the top half of the 5th inning. They lead 3-1. Bases are loaded with 1 out, and Douglas Soriano comes out of the game after walking 4 batters in the inning, and an error as well, as Portland has scored on not 1 hit. Brendan Girton, the expectation was for him to come in long relief. He is in. Girton, the 24-year-old, entered the year as a Mets top 30 prospect. He'll face Mason White, every base occupied with 1 out. Girton, the right-hander, White, the left-handed bat. Girton's first pitch from the stretch is a fastball outside. Girton began the year starting 15 straight games. His last 3 all out of the pen. Last 2 appearances, 4 earned runs in each. And 5 2/3 innings pitched. Oriana is responsible for a few of the runners on. And Girton just balks. A run is going to come in to score. It is 4-1 Portland. And the balks have not been new for Binghamton. Bases loaded, and Girton has thrown 1 pitch, and then he balks. So it is 2nd and 3rd. Baez scores, and Portland has scored 4 runs on no hits. 1 ball, no strikes. Girton deals. Fastball is low and in for ball 2. So Baez reached on the E5 and then a balk. So a few of these runs are not going to be earned to Oriana. Glove at the chest for Girton. Here's the 2-0 pitch. White skies it in the air, shallow center, brings in Bay. Bay's under it, has a good look at it. Frazier's going to tag off 3rd. Bay's throw home. It's on a line. Suero makes the catch, no tag. Throw to 3rd is wide and into left field. Blaze scores. Bases are cleared. It is 6-1 Portland in a disaster of a top of the 5th inning for Binghamton. Just unacceptable for the Ponies in this inning. 4 walks, an E5, and then what should have just been a sacrifice fly. Suero's throw goes wide to the left of Schwartz. Lucky couldn't back him up because it went off of Schwartz's glove, trickled into left field, and 2 runs are in. Here's Nelly Taylor with 2 down. First pitch to the lefty, puts a bunt down, 1 hopper to Schwartz at 3rd, bare hands throws to 1st, stretch from Collins, in time. Wow, what a play. 1 hop, bare hand play from Schwartz ends the frame. But man, Portland puts up 6 runs, and Portland does not record a hit in the inning for all 6 runs. We head to bottom 5, Sea Dogs by 5 on the
to second. They might have a chance for 3. In time! A triple play! 4, 6, 3. Homa to Fleming. All the way to Poole.
So we got a little throwback Union, gray socks, you feel me? So it's like we're going back in time. So I feel the presence of Jackie Robinson, you know what I'm saying? All those great guys. So yeah, we're going to play like them too.
Just love kind of having this logo here, Triple B's. You know, those guys went through a lot more than I probably can ever imagine. And, you know, it's a fight that they had to put up just so I can get here. And so getting the chance to even wear the jersey and get on the field and play is something huge.
From the front office to all the scouts.
1-1 is grounded towards 3rd. Albertus steps on it himself, goes to Boughton, on to Flores. That's a triple play. Wow. What a way to escape a 2-on, nobody out jam for Choice Diffie. Juan Ortuño grounds into the first triple play.
pitchers. Here's the catcher, Chris Swerow.
The top of the order for Binghamton here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Portland now on top 6-1 after a 6-run 5th on no hits and 2 errors from the Ponies and a balk. Just a disaster of an inning. Jeremy Wooyell, the left-hander, to Chris Swerow. First pitch in there for his strike. Wooyellen came in with a runner on and nobody out in the 4th. Struck out 2, retired all 3 batters that he faced. Swerow, the RBI double in the 3rd, Binghamton's only hit tonight. Wooyellen sets 0-1. Swerow bites at his slider. Count is 0-2. Just a really tough inning that Binghamton has to squash. Oriana out of the pen, ended up walking 4 batters. Girton balked after his first pitch out of the pen, which scored a run. The 0-2 is up and away. And then a sacrifice fly from Mason White. Swerow caught the throw from Bay through to 3rd, and the throw went into left field for the 2nd error, and then a run scored. Wooyellen's 1-2 pitch. Swerow swings through his slider. 3rd strikeout for Wooyellen through his first 4 batters. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. That's an inning for your scorebook where it's just a lot of stuff you don't love to look at. The errors, the walks, and just a few of the missed throws for the Ponies. Here's John Bay, 0 for 1 with a walk tonight in his 3rd Double-A game. Takes the first pitch fastball at the knees. Portland so far just 7 runs allowed in this series. And tonight, they have not needed the hits to score. 0-1. Called strike on the outer half to Bay. Count is 0-2. John Bay growing up in Gage, Oklahoma. Teammates in high school with Brendan Girton, actually. Here's the 0-2. It's outside. Tomorrow on our SNY broadcast, we'll give you a good visual look, but Girton and Bay, state title winners in football, 8v8, and they owned the backfield, and there's a photo of them holding the state title trophy. 1-2 pitch, Bay fouls back a fastball. And at one point in their careers, they both got to play with their brothers. So it lined up perfectly. Think about that. 8v8 football. You have 2 Bays and 2 Girtons on the field. 1-2 count. Wooyellen throws. Fastball is up and away. We talked to both of them, Matt and I, a couple of days back, and Brendan was saying that John Bay could do it all. Bay was a special teams warrior, had a 30-yard field goal in the state championship. 2-2 pitch, Bay grounds one foul. Did he break his bat? Looks like he did. A walk to the first base dugout. In that game for Bay, he had the rushing yards, the passing yards, kicked the 30-yard field goal. Brandon Girton and him were both 200 pounds at the time in the backfield. And in 8v8 football, you either throw a whole lot or you run a whole lot. And at Shattuck High School, they ran a whole lot. Shattuck High School has a phenomenal high school football program. Had an undefeated streak of a couple of years in the early 2000s. Bay grabs a new bat. This one more of a darker color, had the light beige. Wooyellen's 2-2. Bay slams it to left center field. That one is high and towards the gap. It is off the base of the wall. Bay will cruise into second base standing with a 1-out double. John Bay has his first Double-A double, his second hit at this level. Smoked it off the bat. 108 from John Bay. Wow. Bring hopes to break into this 6-1 Portland lead. Lefty on lefty. Yellen kicks and fires. Fastball called, strike on the outer half. So Let's Go Ponies chants from the fans in attendance. Haven't seen that energy in a bit. Nice to hear on this Friday night. Here's the 0-1, sliders in the dirt. Binghamton Creatures night. Rod Sterling, the creator of the Twilight Zone, grew up right here in Binghamton. Chris Suero and Jalen Palmer took a picture of his statue that was unveiled in 2024. 1-1 pitch, fastball called strike on the outer half. That's why Binghamton is in their pink jerseys. And it honors an episode of The Twilight Zone. Will the real Martian please stand up? Aired in 1961. 1-2 pitch to Collins, takes a slider in. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yellen has allowed 5 earned over his last 5. Second appearance against Binghamton. This is his longest work against the Ponies. Bay off second. 2-2 to Collins. Collins fouls it. And he'll go to the 5th row of the stands and then kicked around in the concourse. Collins walked in the 3rd, flew out in the 1st. He's 4 for his first 8 in his 4th game with AA Binghamton. 2-2, outside, full count. Portland had some luck on their side with 6 runs on no hits, a couple of Binghamton blunders, but a lot of game left here in bottom 5. Big time for the Ponies to deliver and make this a slugfest. Yellen, 29th pitch coming out for the lefty. Here it is to Collins. Swing and a miss. Fastball, blew it past him. 4th punch out for Yellen. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Chance now for Jose Ramos, who's 0 for 1. A walk and a strikeout. Ramos loaded the bases with a walk in the 3rd. Parada then flew out to center. Yellen sets, kicks the dirt in front of him. John Bay's off second. First pitch, Ramos smokes it down the left field line, but foul. To the left of the chalk, and Liendo almost made the grab. Now, for our MILB TV viewers, you would think that was far from Liendo. You just never know. Last time he was at Mirabito Stadium, he was on SC Top 10 for a play down the 3rd base line. He caught a fly ball in foul territory over his shoulder. 30 pitches now for Yellen. Count 0-1 to Ramos with 2 away. The pitch. Ramos fouls it back. Bay's second AA hit is a double. He is off second base. Both of Binghamton's hits tonight are doubles. Suero and Bay. Ramos digs back in. Team leader in RBIs at 48. Yellen's 0-2 is up and away. Glove from Baez as his mask almost came off. First year for Ramos in the Mets organization. With the Dodgers a year ago. 25-year-old from Panama. Yellen looks at Bay. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ramos fouls back a slider, stays alive. And Yellen has thrown 34 pitches. Binghamton has gone to Brendan Girton in bulk relief. We'll see how long Girton can go for the Ponies. Going to need at least 2 innings out of Girton starting in the 6th to help out this bullpen. 2 down. Yellen, another 1-2 pitch. Ramos swings through a slider for strike 3. 5 strikeouts through 2 innings for Jeremy Yellen. One hit from John Bay. It's a double. No runs. And we head to the top half of the 6th inning. It's 6-1 Portland on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Rocketed deep to left. Mercedes into the gap. He reaches out. It's off his glove, and it's caught by Brandon Winokur. Mercedes with an alley-oop to his center fielder.
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing like where I came from. And in the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me, and we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool. We went like Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward. And that's really why I started it, to have impact.
The 1-2. Goes down looking. It's a combined no-hitter for the Grasshoppers. 4-0, the final score.
We head to the top of the 6th inning. Brandon Girton on the bump for his first full inning of work. And it's the 9-hitter again, Caden Rose leading us off. Righty on righty. First pitch is a chopper at Schwartz at third on a hop. Backhands, shuffles, and throws. High throw, but Collins stays on the bag for the first down. 6-1 Portland here in the 6th. They scored 6 runs in the 5th on no hits. Abram Liendo, Will Turner to follow here for Portland. Now 6 runs came across. Looks like 4 of those are going to be earned on 2 errors. No hits happened in that inning. Portland has recorded only 2 hits tonight. Binghamton 2 hits in a 6-1 game. You do not see that often. Girton, the right-hander, 4th appearance in relief this year. First pitch to Liendo, called strike on a 4-seam. So Douglas Oriana in relief is done. 2/3 of an inning. And he walked 4 batters, striking out 3. Girton sets. The 0-1 is low and in. Count is 1-1. Girton had 1 run come in via a balk and then a sac fly, but those runs were Oriana's on the base paths. 1-1. Liendo a chopper foul. Broken bat, yes, for Liendo. Down the third base line, he'll grab a new piece of lumber. Batters that Girton faced was the sacrifice fly to Mason White that scored 2 runs. 1 a true RBI and then 1 on an E2, and then had Taylor ground down. So none of the runs to Girton. 6 runs, 4 earned for Douglas Oriana. Liendo gets a new bat, hitting leadoff as Franklin Arias was promoted to AAA Worcester. Red Sox top prospect, the 20-year-old. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down as Liendo calls time. Abram Liendo, 22 years old from Venezuela, signed as a free agent in 2021. 1-2 his way is a fastball upstairs. Liendo last year was named Red Sox Minor League Defensive Player of the Year. and played at a team-high 120 games for Portland. Girton's 2-2 just fouled off on a slider, and Liendo went to his knees. Girton was chasing after it, thinking it was drop third strike. It was touch from Liendo. Liendo has shown the glove and the speed. Just hoping for that bat to be a tad more consistent. 226 hitter, 41 RBIs. Girton from the stretch with nobody on base has done that in relief. Did not do it as a starter. 2-2. Fastball is low. Count is 3-2. Portland leading the series 2-1. Can clinch at least a split of the series with a win tonight. Full count, nobody on, 1 out. The pitch, Liendo swings through a fastball. First punch out for Brandon Girton, and there's 2 outs. Girton darts the fastball, and Girton has not allowed a base runner over the first 4 batters that he's faced. Here's the left-handed bat in Will Turner. 1 for 2, a single, and he walked and scored in the 5th. Girton lines up a deep breath. First pitch, scoreboard said 3-2. That was the last at-bat. Count is now 0-1. Key as a broadcaster, you cannot always rely on what is in front of you. That was definitely not a 3-2 pitch. Here's the 0-1. It's low and in. Count is 1-1. Portland has a chance here to hold on to a 6-1 lead where it is and leave a game with that many runs with no hits that brought in a run. The walks hurt Binghamton, 4 from Oriana, and 2 errors. 1-1 pitch to Turner is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Will Turner from Alabama, 23 years old, a 7th round pick in 2024. Girton's 2-1 pitch is hammered foul, first base side. And the right-hander a strike away from working out of this frame. Girton, drafted by the Mets in the 10th round of 2024. Began his career at Texas Tech, finished up at the University of Oklahoma. Girton sets long look with 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. He deals. It's inside, almost hit Turner on a fastball. Brandon Girton last season was great in a lot of ways through High A Brooklyn. Had a 3 ERA through 17 starts in Brooklyn, 4 in Binghamton. Hoping to finish 2026 strong. His payoff pitch is upstairs for ball 4. Turner with his Eastern League leading 57th walk of the season. Brings up Brooks Brannan with 2 outs. We'll give you some out-of-town scores on this Friday night. The Mets beginning a 10-game homestand. Begins with the Los Angeles Dodgers, 4-1 lead for LA. Dodgers with 10 hits tonight. Mets with 3. Mets scored in the 2nd inning. Brannan, the right-handed bat. First pitch, Brannan hammers it deep in the air to right. It sends Perozzo back at the track. That is gone to the right of the scoreboard and over the batter's tunnel. 17th of the year for Brooks Brannan. A long 2-run blast, and it's 8-1 Portland in the 6th. So Portland now has runs on hits, and the first time they've had a hit that has drove in more than 1 run in this series. It's a 2-run shot for their 4th homer of the week against Binghamton. and Brandon crushed it. Here's Nate Baez. Takes the first pitch fastball for ball one. Back to the game in Queens. Luis Robert hit his fourth home run. That got the Mets on top early. Pitch outside to Baez, count 2-0. And then a big fourth inning for LA. Mookie Betts got it going. Miguel Rojas, a sacrifice fly. In the seventh inning, Ohtani, a sacrifice fly. Teoscar Hernandez with his single that scored a run as Baez fouls one off. Count is 2-1. Mets just scored, made it a 4-2 game. Francisco Alvarez, his 12th home run of the year. Came off of Evan Phillips. So Girton with 21 pitches. Brandon a 2-run shot. 8 runs last 2 innings for Portland. 2-1 pitch, misses away. Count is 3-1. Just a back and forth duel, and the game has flipped in the last 2 half innings. 3-1 is chop foul left field line, and Girton again with a payoff pitch. Brandon with 53 RBIs. Still leads the Eastern League in slugging. He is now going to be in the top 5 category and runs batted in. Nate Baez waves the bat, stands back in. Girton, the right-hander, payoff pitch coming up. 8-1 game. Wants to get out of it. Here's the pitch. It's fouled back on an up and inside slider. Ponies have a right-hander up in their bullpen, it looks like. Girton's last 2 appearances in relief, he's gone over 50 pitches. Another payoff pitch. Baez pops it up, foul into the seats first base side. Real good AB here from Nate Baez. Hoping to keep this inning alive. He'll see an 8th pitch. Sea Dogs have taken control of this game. Top team of the Northeast Division. They can separate themselves by 2 games tonight. Baez now calls time. Mind games with Girton. Girton sets, Baez ready. Payoff pitch, rolled up the middle, lucky it's short, shades to his left, gloves and throws, and it's in time to end the frame. But 1 hit, 2 runs. Brooks Brandon, a 2-run shot, makes it 8-1 Sea Dogs as we head to the home half of the 6th on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
Let's say hello to our OLES groups of the game. HHK, JK, Matco Electric, Bob and BCE, SL, PDA, Stantec, MIS, and Bermuda Alliance Foundation. Satara Investors, BAE Systems, teams from Tunis, Catholic Summer Camp, Mark Albin and friends, Cornell Youth, Downtown Youth Baseball,
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Kicks home for the 1-1. Hueso swings and hammers it the opposite way to left. Whitaker getting back onto the warning track. It's gone! Shockley pitches, and Nyans hammers this one. The Woodpeckers have gone back-to-back. And Alvarez drills it deep right field. Sanchez is back. It's gone! Back-to-back-to-back! Hueso Nayans Alvarez. How about that?
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
To extend the lead. Kevin Parada will step in for Binghamton as Jeremy Wuyellen, his third inning of work. First pitch is away for ball one. It was Portland's first runs of the night on a hit. They have 3 hits, 8 runs, but just 2 of the runs are on 1 hit. 1-0 pitch to Parada, slaps one to the left side, shortstop Whitefield's long throw to first. It's in time for the first out. JT Schwartz, Vincent Perozzo to follow here in the inning. Schwartz walked in the 4th, flew out in the 2nd inning. Playing third base tonight for the 13th time in his professional career in the Mets organization. Lefty on lefty matchup. Wuyellen has been dominant out of the pen. First pitch for Schwartz, swings through a fastball. Wuyellen retired 3 straight in the 4th with 2 strikeouts. 1 hit in the 5th with 3 strikeouts. So 5 punch-outs after not getting through an inning on Tuesday against Binghamton with 1 earned run. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch is up and inside for ball 1. Schwartz against left-handers is hitting 120. He's 6 for 50. 251 hitter against righties. Wuyellen 1-1 fires. Fastball darts away. It's 2-1. Still a really good crowd on tap tonight. Party deck in right field is filled. Fireworks after the game. And Binghamton playing as the Binghamton Creatures. Wuyellen, 2-1 breaking ball at the letters for a strike. It's 2-2. One out in bottom 6. 8-1 Portland. Nobody on base. Pitch to Schwartz. He knobs it back. JT with 3 hits in the series, had a 3-hit game last night. He set up Corey Collins in the 9th with a pinch hit 2-run shot. That made it 3-2 Portland, which was the final score. Wuyellen has thrown 41 pitches. Here's 42 on the 2-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 6 strikeouts for Wuyellen, and there's 2 down. Strikeouts hurt Binghamton last night. They struck out 18 times, 10 via the backwards K. Binghamton has struck out 11 times tonight. 6 from Wuyellen as Kyle Sasale, the acting manager, comes out. Long conversation with the infield and Wuyellen. Do they go to the bullpen? Looks like Wuyellen is pleading for the ball. Wuyellen will stay in the game, and Leandro, the third baseman, gives him a pat on the back. So he'll face Vincent Perozzo, the lefty, with 2 outs. And that was the conversation. How about it for Wuyellen? He did face Perozzo in the 4th, and he struck him out. Vincent Perozzo, the 23-year-old from Venezuela. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch is a fastball taken for ball 1. Wu Yellen ready. 1-0 pitch is up and in, 2-0. Perozzo 0 for 5 in the series. Has struck out 4 times. Hoping to change his fortunes here tonight. Wu Yellen's 2-0 pitch. Perozzo check swing. He fouled it off on what would have been ball 3. Could be Wu Yellen's last batter with the righty Jalen Palmer on deck if it does get there in the 6th. Wu Yellen kicks the dirt in front of him, sets up. His 1-1. Perozzo grounds it softly at Rose at second. Rose fields, throws to first. It's in time for a 1-2-3 inning. Jeremy Wu Yellen, 1 hit, no runs through 3 innings for the left-hander, and he sends things to the 7th. It's 8-1 Portland on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
Congratulations. You're our winner. You can head to the Panthers window, pick up your prize. It's time for the Bobcat Partron to fly a bit drag. And roll. Let's hear it for our amazing ground crew.
.100 season. It's grounded. Oh, and a beautiful stop between the legs as he was facing towards the outfield. What a play by Cabrera. He throws him out at first. 2 down. Oh, you won't see this play very often. He was facing center field, and this ball, just a low skipping 1 bouncer, reaches down between his legs and picks it perfectly.
The design for the HVR jersey is inspired from the national flag colors of Bhutan. The saffron represents the monastic division, the yellow represents the monarch, and the dragon is a white dragon, a peaceful dragon.
I think probably the coolest feature though is the druk, which is the dragon and is the national symbol of Bhutan. Really happy to integrate that in the jerseys, and I think they came out really nice.
There goes Harris for the plate. He is stealing home. The throw there is not in time. Dakota Harris breaking for home against Maddox Bruns. And again, throw to the plate. It goes to the backstop. Page coming home with a straight steal of home. Trey Page.
A commanding lead over Binghamton, 8-1 on 8 runs over the last 2 innings. But only 2 runs have scored on 1 hit. It was that 6-run inning on no hits when Portland really converted. Brandon Girton to Matt Frazier. First pitch called strike on the inner half. Miguel Blaise, Mason White to follow. Girton's thrown 28 pitches out of the pen in his 2nd full inning of work. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It is to the backstop. Count is 1-1. So that final line in Oriana, after going through everything in the 5th inning. 2/3 of an inning, no hits, 6 runs, 3 are earned, 4 walks. And Brandon Girton almost was able to retire 5 straight until the home run from Brandon in the 6th. 1-1 for the righty. Frazier swings through a fastball. Count is 1-2. Matt Frazier is 0 for 2. Walked and scored in the 5th. Hitting .273 through his first 16 games. Portland with a win could clinch at least a series split. Leading the series 2-1. Glove with the belt for Girton in a 1-2 count. The pitch. Fastball is low and in. Count is even. You do not really see a scoreboard that says 8-1. And the team with 8 has 3 hits. The team with 1 has 2 hits. Glove with the belt for Girton. 2-2 pitch is a fastball away for ball 3. Nope. Oh yeah, ball 3. Miguel Blaise was coming out thinking it was ball 4. And how about it? Matt Frazier thought it was ball 4 as well. He was taking off his shin guard. Count is 3-2. Girton has walked one batter so far. Binghamton needs him in bulk relief. Ponies used at least 3 bullpen arms in all 3 games. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. 4-seam cut inside on Frazier. Girton's second punch out and puts down the leadoff man in the 7th. So now ball 4, strike 3. Brings up Miguel Blaze. Blaze doubled in the 4th. He did not score. And in the 5th, had an RBI walk. Blaze, the right-handed bat, 22 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Girton's first pitch, fastball dips low. Miguel Blaze, number 25 prospect in the Red Sox organization. 1-0 his way. Hammers it to left. Ramos goes back. Ramos leaps. He dives. Oh, what a play from Jose Ramos. Full extension grab. Over his left shoulder by the Guthrie side in left center. Miguel Blaze smoked it. 102 off the bat. But Ramos makes a spectacular grab. He's impressed all year in center. How about in left for the 25-year-old from Panama? Ramos makes a big play, saves extra base hits. And here's Mason White, the left-handed bat, with 2 down. First pitch, White skies it high in the air, but foul down the right field line. Now, Ramos is a little bit shaken up in left field. He's bending down, hopping around, hoping that he's okay. Binghamton's best defensive outfielder in Ramos. 0-1 to White. White smokes it in the air to right center. Perozzo, the right fielder in the gap, makes the catch. And Binghamton robs back-to-back extra base hits. It's a 1-2-3 for Brennan Girton. We'll stretch here from Binghamton. Bottom 7.
We're repping the Birmingham Black Barons today, and it's really awesome. The uniforms look really cool.
It's awesome. I like the look. The BM kind of pops. So yeah, I like the whole get up. It's a good attire.
We got the Birmingham across the chest. We got the Birmingham Black Barons on the side too, which is super cool. Just the history of all of it. I think the hats are pretty sweet too. You got the 3 Bs.
This is remembering the people that came before us and what they did for this game and how they improved it.
And then back-to-back walks. Montgomery to left, hit well. Another Knights grand slam. Oh my.
1-2. Jones slides this up the middle. A diving Sogard over to first. And what a play by the shortstop. Robs the Rail Riders of some extra runs.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
We head to bottom 7 from Rapido Stadium, 8-1 Portland. Jalen Palmer, the hitter. Max Carlson's first pitch is up and away. He's in relief for Jeremy Wu-Yellen, who was fantastic. Went 3 innings, scoreless, 1 hit, and 6 strikeouts. for his second appearance of the series. Carlson's 1-0 on the hands of Palmer. Check swing, he did go. Count is 1-1. Nick Lucky to follow, then the top of the order of Chris Suero. Carlson 6'1", 190. 12th round pick in 2023 to the Red Sox. From the stretch with nobody on, the pitch. Palmer hammers it, sliding grab from White at short for the first out. Low line drive, 102 off the bat, and White makes the play for the first out. Portland is in the driver's seat to take a 3-1 series lead. Brooks Brandon, a 2-run shot in the 6th inning. They scored 6 in the 5th as well. First pitch to Nick Lucky, the lefty, inside for ball 1. Lucky 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts tonight. 1-0 pitch. Lucky takes a fastball for strike 1. Jose Ramos last inning. What a big-time play in left field. One of the best defensive grabs we've seen all year for a Binghamton outfielder. One pitch to Lucky. He smokes it to left field. High in the air. Frazier back at the warning track. Gloves it to his left for the second out. Right at Frazier, right at White from Palmer and Lucky for the first 2 outs. Top of the order now, Chris Suero. Chris Suero. RBI double in the 3rd. It's one of Binghamton's 2 hits tonight. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to Suero. Check swing. He went around, says John Reed. Count is 0-1. Max Carlson, his 26th appearance, 56 innings on the year. Has made 1 start as well. 0-1 pitch. Suero waves at a changeup. Count is 0-2. Carlson can look for a 1-2-3 inning out of the pen. Portland on top 8-1 here in bottom 7. Sets first base side, high leg kick. 0-2, swing and a miss. Blows the fastball past Suero at 90.
100 loss season. It's grounded. Oh, and a beautiful stop between the legs as he was facing towards the outfield. What a play by Cabrera. He throws him out at first. 2 down. Oh, you won't see this play very often. He was facing center field, and this ball, just a low skipping 1 bouncer, reaches down between his legs and picks it perfectly.
To second, they might have a chance for 3. In time, a triple play. 4-6-3. Homa to Fleming, all the way to Poole.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
Services include medication management, psychotherapy, and age-specific psychiatric care tailored to each stage of life. We also offer advanced treatment options for individuals with treatment-resistant depression, including transcranial magnetic stimulation and esketamine.
To the top half of the 8th inning from Rapido Stadium. Cam Manna back with you. Our producer Derek Young. Glad you could join us. Portland on top 8-1. And their pitching staff has mowed down Binghamton hitters. 8 straight have gone down. Jeremy Wuyellen out of the pen went 3 scoreless with 6 punch-outs. And Max Carlson had a 1-2-3-7. Brandon Girton back on the mound for Binghamton. It's Nelly Taylor, Caden Rose, Abram Liendo. 8-9-1 for the Sea Dogs. Taylor is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch to the lefty. Takes a big hack at a fastball for strike 1. Taylor hitting 180, 16 RBIs, 5 home runs. Just 1 hit in the series for Taylor. Nobody on but Girton from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Taylor pops it up behind home plate. That is out of play. Let's go back to our Binghamton Creatures conversation from earlier on. If you were not joining us, the creator of the Twilight Zone, Rod Serling, grew up right here in Binghamton, New York. Had his statue unveiled in 2024 here in Binghamton. And the ponies that show the Twilight Zone, Binghamton Creatures, the pink jerseys tonight are from an episode of the series. 0-2 to Taylor's grounded down the first base line. It's a base hit, and it's more. Bounces off the sidewall in the corner. Picked up from Perozzo. His throw is late. It's cut off. Taylor into second with a leadoff double. Nelly Taylor, his second hit of this series, and his 13th double of the year. Just inside the bag, past Corey Collins. So the episode that it's from, the pink jerseys, is Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up? Airing in 1961. But we mentioned this in the first inning. We'll come back to it. There's a clear baseball connection in that episode. Caden Rose now steps in. He has scored twice, walked back in the 3rd. First pitch to the righty. Rose pops it up, first base side. Suero and Girton over. There's no room. It's out of play. So the episode, it is based around a huge crash of a spaceship. And state troopers, Bill Padgett and Dan Perry, they try to figure out who on the bus side or from the bus that, and a lot of them go into a Snowside roadside diner. Which one of them are from Earth? Or which one of them is from the spaceship and not from Earth that crashed? 0-1 pitch to Rose, swings through it. Count is 0-2. Now, the investigation to find out who is from Earth was to ask everybody inside the diner who won the World Series that year. And baseball, a massive deal, America's pastime, especially in the 60s. That year, 1961, the Reds won the World Series. Girton sets. 0-2 is outside. Count is 1-2. Now, the question for all those listeners at home is, do you think today in your hometown you could go inside a diner and use that same exact formula to figure out who's from Earth? How many people do you think in a diner would know who won the World Series last year? Runner off second, 1-2 to Rose. Line drive at Schwartz at 3rd. He makes the catch. And sliding back to second is Taylor. There's one out. Nice play from Schwartz at the hot corner. What's even more wild is back then, the amount of people that would know the World Series champion with no social media. Now, with social media, a lot less people, I would think, would know who won the World Series if you were walking into a random diner. Here's Abram Liendo, top of the order. First pitch to the righty. Takes low for ball 1. Would be very, very tough to do. But a good episode to definitely watch. And Binghamton honoring the Twilight Zone here this week is the Binghamton Creatures. Fouled off from Liendo. Count is now 1-1 to the 3rd baseman. Brennan Girton, 46 pitches in relief. Allowed a leadoff double to Nellie Taylor, who's off second base. 4 hits on 8 runs for Portland. 1 run on 2 hits for Binghamton. 1-1 pitch. Fastball is up and away. Count is 2-1. Brennan Girton, his 4th appearance in relief this season. Girton in relief has gone no longer than 3 innings. 2-1 pitch to Liendo. Called strike on the inside corner on a fastball. Donnie's Correa got the ball to start on a bullpen game for Binghamton, 2 scoreless. De La Cruz an inning and 2/3 scoreless. And then Oriana, 6 runs in 2/3 of an inning. And then Girton, 2 runs in 3 innings on a 2-run shot to Brooks Brannon. One out, top of the 8th inning. Girton staring at Taylor. Here's his 2-2 to Liendo. It's low, count is full. Checking back in Queens, that game has gone final. LA takes down New York 4-2. Game 2 of that 3-game set. First pitch tomorrow from Citi Field. That'll be the second game of a 10-game homestand for the Mets. 3-2 pitch. Liendo fouls it back on an inside fastball. We'll take a look around the New York Mets affiliates. What's going on this Friday night? Syracuse in the top of the 9th inning on MILB's free game of the day. They lead 8-1 over Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Girton sets again, another 3-2 to Liendo. Chopper at the third baseman, Schwartz. Rangers to his left, long throw to first. It is in time on a bang-bang play as Taylor advances to third on the deep ground ball. Schwartz does get 1, playing out of position, but a very, very strong play from JT for the second out. For the S-Mets, Ji-Hwan Bae has 2 RBIs. Ronnie Mauricio with 4 RBIs on 2 hits. Mauricio had a solo shot earlier in the game. Mound visit now from Matt Carasetti, talking with Suero, the catcher, and Girton. Brooklyn, they trail Jersey Shore in the top half of the 5th inning, 4-0 game. And St. Lucie fell 9-3 to Fort Myers. Ponies have a couple rehabbers. See if anybody played tonight. No one in the St. Lucie game that was playing. Waiting back for Jacob Reimer, DeAndre Smith, and Marco Vargas. Here's Will Turner, 2-hitter in the order. Has a runner on 90 feet away and an 8-1 lead for Portland. Girton's first pitch is low and inside. Just 4 hits for Portland, and 6 runs have scored on no hits. 1-0 pitch to Turner. Swings through a fastball. Count is 1-1. No rehabbers for Binghamton, just looking through all the Florida Complex games. DeAndre Smith, Jacob Reimer, Marco Vargas on their way. Hopefully in the coming week. Count is now 1-2, called strike on a fastball. Will Turner has walked twice, has a hit. He is 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. And he's leading the Eastern League with 57 walks. Girton looks to stop it here. 1-2 is up and in. Brennan Gurton, 24 years old, entered the game with a 7 ERA across 65 innings. ERA has rose to 8. 2-2 pitch. Turner check swing. Fastball away. He did not go, says Frank Jones, third base side. Now, if Gurton can get through the 8th, it really was just the walk to the home run. Outside of that, he's looked good. At a 1-2-3 7th, can face 4 batters here in the 8th. And stop the leadoff double from Taylor. He's off third. 3-2 count. Gurton's payoff pitch. Fastball called strike 3 at the letters. Third punch out through Gurton, and he gets through the 8th inning.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Alternate identities are always great because it just adds a new layer.
When you talk about Rochester, our most famous cuisine is the garbage plate. It became so popular that Thursdays are for the plates in Rochester.
The first alternate identity that we had was the Albuquerque green chili cheeseburgers.
So that's what makes minor league baseball great. We have an amazing ability to get in touch with our community.
This is Kevin Parada, reminding you to drink responsibly, stay safe, and have a plan. Local law enforcement officers are receiving more training and certifications to detect and charge impaired drivers. Walk, ride, carpool, call a taxi, ride share. There are more ways than ever to get home safely. Don't drink and drive.
John Bay. Bottom 8 from Rapido Stadium. John Bay steps in for Binghamton. Max Carlson. First pitch is low and away for ball 1. Second inning of work for Carlson. The 24-year-old making his second appearance of this series. Went 2 2/3 scoreless with 3 strikeouts in the opener. Bay doubled back in the 5th for his second double-A hit. 1-0. Called strike on a changeup. Count is 1-1. Corey Collins, Jose Ramos to follow. Binghamton down to their final 6 outs of the night. Carlson sets middle of the rubber. His 1-1. Bay check swing. He did go, says John Reed. Binghamton was very good at home during the first half of the season. They were just a few games below 500 from Rapido Stadium. 1-2 pitch. Bay swings through a fastball for strike 3. 4 straight retired from Carlson, and he has 2 punch outs. But Binghamton right now at home with a loss, they'll fall to 2-11 in the second half. Nine straight retired from Portland between Wooyellen and Carlson. First pitch to Corey Collins. Takes a changeup for a strike. Two hits for Binghamton, 2 doubles. They'd have 7 hits last night in the loss on 2 runs. 0-1, Collison just takes a fastball in. It's a ball. Corey Collins, 1 homer, came last night in the 9th inning. Carlson's 1-1, called strike. Count is 1-2 to Collins. Corey said that Michael Collins, the skipper, trusted him, gave him the idea that he would maybe pinch hit in the 8th inning. And then Corey trusted himself because Michael had that trust. 1-2 is slapped foul and high into the stands, left field line. Corey from Sewanee, Georgia, went to the University of Georgia. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down, nobody on. The pitch, Collins goes down swinging. Change up from Carlson, his 3rd punch out. 3 consecutive, all via the K. Jose Ramos now with 2 down, final 4 outs here for Binghamton. Ramos has struck out twice. He walked back in the 3rd inning. This has been a spectacular pitching effort from Portland in this series. First pitch to Ramos is outside for ball 1. Of their 4 starters, there has been 1 run, and it was Dalton Rogers here tonight. 1 run in 3 innings. Other 3 starters scoreless. 1-0 pitch. Ramos swings through it. Count is 1-1. So over 16 innings for starting pitchers. 1 run for Portland over 4 starts. That is huge for this pitching staff. And a team that is looking to win their 16th game of the second half. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Ramos knobs one down the right field line and will drop foul and into the corner. Carlson, 21 pitches. We'll see if he gets the 9th inning as well. Carlson has allowed 2 runs or fewer in 18 of his last 19 outings. Hoping for a 1-2-3. 1-2 is away on a heater. Bottom 8, 8-1 Portland on this Friday night. Carlson, first base side, glove at the belt, rocking his front foot. And it's 2-2 to Ramos. Ramos drills it to center field, but right at Belace makes the catch in right center for the 3rd out. 11 straight retired from Portland, a 1-2-3 for Carlson.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
.100 season. It's grounded. Oh, and a beautiful stop between the legs as he was facing towards the outfield. What a play by Cabrera. He throws him out at first. 2 down. Oh, you won't see this play very often. He was facing center field, and this ball, just a low skipping 1 bouncer, reaches down between his legs and picks it perfectly.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Now pitching for the Rangers, number 27, Ryan Dwyer. 9th inning, off for the Seahawks.
8-1 Portland leads, top of the 9th inning from Rapido Stadium. Pitching change for Binghamton, brought to you by William Orban Insurance. It's Brian McTwire in relief for Brendan Girton. He'll face 4, 5, 6. Here's the cleanup man, Brooks Brandon. First pitch, Brandon broken bat, line drive to right. It's a base hit as his barrel is to the right side of the mound. Brandon has a 2-hit night after his 2-run shot in the 6th, and a leadoff base runner for Portland. Nate Biles will now step in as that bat is picked up from JT Schwartz. Full barrel was right in front of the shortstop in Nick Lucky. So Brendan Girton goes 3 2/3, 2 hits, 2 earns. He walked a batter and struck out 3. McTwire, 29 years old, out of the pen. Righty's first pitch to Baez. Chopper at Schwartz at third. Gloves throws to second. Palmer makes the play. Out number 1. Throw to first is not in time. It's a 5-4 fielder's choice for Baez. Schwartz does get the lead runner. Schwartz was a little bit off balance, but Palmer holds onto the bag to make the play. Quick out there for Brian McTwire. McTwire had an unreal stretch from May 30th to June 19th as Matt Frazier steps in the lefty. First pitch, Frazier lines it foul off the netting third base side. He did not allow an earned run over 7 appearances with 22 punch-outs, just 3 walks. That's a 9-inning span from May 30th to June 19th. That's what Brian McTwire can bring to the table. And over his last 5, he's been great. 5 earned runs, and it's really just from 1 outing against Akron where he allowed 4. Middle of the slab is McTwire in an 0-1 count. The pitch. Slider called strike right at the knees. Got the hold against Portland on Wednesday, an inning scoreless with a strikeout. Carlos Guzman got the save on Wednesday. Runner on first, 1 out, top of the 9th. It's 8-1 Portland. The pitch. Frazier fouls it into the Binghamton dugout. Binghamton this year, trailing after 7. They are 2-51, so they'll need a big comeback in the 9th. McTwire sets. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss. Goes to the curveball. Frazier goes fishing. First punch out for McTwire, and there's 2 outs. McTwire a year ago made 41 appearances in relief for Binghamton and Syracuse, 25 for the Ponies, with a 2.96 ERA. Big league talent still for McTwire at 29 years old. First pitch is inside to Blaze. Count is 1-0. McTwire in his 9th season in the Mets system. Missed 2 years with Tommy John, but re-signed as a minor league free agent to the Mets in 2024. 1-0 pitch. Blaze takes a fastball for a strike. Count is even. 40th round pick back in 2018. And still pitching at a high level. 1-1 to Blaze. Pops it up. Right side of the infield. Palmer at second base on the edge of the outfield. Grass makes the catch with 2 hands for the 3rd out. 1 hit, no runs. McTwire faces 4 batters with a strikeout. We head to bottom 9. Binghamton chasing 7 on the...
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
Alternate identities are always great because it just adds a new layer.
When you talk about Rochester, our most famous cuisine is the garbage plate. It became so popular that Thursdays are for the plates in Rochester.
The first alternate identity that we had was the Albuquerque green chili cheeseburgers.
Giving up Josh Naylor, who was on an expiring deal. Oh, that was nasty. A sweeper and a sword on Brock Rodden.
Fires, and it's hit up in the air on an elevator, right at the plate. The catcher O'Dowd doesn't see it, getting some help. Third baseman Fitzgerald makes a great catch. Just coming in, sliding.
Chance for Binghamton here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Chasing 7. Portland leads 8-1. And Max Carlson is out there as Portland looks to shut the door and get the victory. They have retired 11 straight Binghamton hitters. Carlson has been dominant out of the pen with 3 strikeouts through his first 2 innings of work. And the Portland starters in this series, over 4 games, 16 innings, 1 earned run, as they look to take a 3-1 series lead. It's Kevin Parada, JT Schwartz, Vincent Perozzo, 5, 6, 7. Righty on righty to start off, as Parada's 0 for 3 tonight. Carlson sets, and his first pitch. Parada chops it foul off his foot. Now limping behind home plate. Parada's very tough, just trying to walk it off. Now walking third base side. On the grass behind home plate. Home plate umpire John Reed giving him a second. Binghamton tomorrow. Game 5 of 6 against Portland. The game will be televised regionally on SNY. Anthony Ianson, Red Sox top pitching prospect, goes against Jonathan Santucci, the Mets number 2 pitching prospect and number 2 overall prospect. What a matchup. 0-1 to Parada is upstairs. Both number 2 prospects in their respective organizations. Anthony Ianson 4-0 with a 1.5 ERA. And Santucci, leader in the Eastern League in strikeouts. He's been top 3 over the last week. Parada fouls off the 1-1. Count is 1-2. Santucci is 2-7, but coming off his best start in terms of strikeouts, had 13 last Sunday against Akron. Carlson sets 1-2 count. The pitch. Parada swings through it for strike 3. 4th punch out. Binghamton has struck out 15 times tonight. Brings up JT Schwartz. On our pregame show, when we air on SNY, we'll come live on WNBF tad earlier. But on SNY, we go live at 6, and we'll have a great pregame show. Carlson sets, throws to Schwartz. Schwartz gets jammed, ground ball, glove from Liendo at third, long throw to first, skips it, scoop from Brandon in time. Wow, what a play. Liendo was in the shift, playing where pretty much the shortstop White would play. Gloved it to his left. He had a spin to his right, and he was fading into the outfield and had a 4-hop throw that got Schwartz by a step for the second out. But on our pregame show, Matt Levine sat down with Jonathan Santucci to go over his pitch grips. You'll get an in-depth look on how Santucci throws every pitch. First pitch to Perozzo is fouled back as Binghamton is down to their final 2 strikes and final out. Perozzo 0 for 3 tonight. Has struck out twice, grounded out to the second baseman Rose in the 6th. Carlson's 0-1. Perozzo grounds to Rose at second base, gloves it to his left, throws to Brandon, ball game over. Portland, they take down Binghamton 8-1. Sea Dogs get their 51st win of the year, their 16th of the second half, and they take a 3-1 series lead. Binghamton falls to 7-18, 34-60, and they're 2-11 from Mirabito Stadium. Ponies fall by 7. We'll break it all down coming up on our post-game show. We'll get you the whole entire highlights, how things went down, powered by Mirabito Energy Products. Portland 8, Binghamton 1. Post-game show next on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
It's time for the News Channel 34, 3 stars of the game. Your third star of the game from the Binghamton Rangers catcher, Chris Sparrow.
Derek, I may skip a few as we go, but I'll let you know. We return to Mirabito Stadium on our post-game show powered by Mirabito Energy Products. Cam Manna with you, our producer, and Derek Young. Glad you're sticking with us. Portland takes down Binghamton 8-1 in a 9-inning game where Portland just used 5 hits. They scored 8 runs. Binghamton 1 run on 2 hits tonight. Let's take you through those highlights. Binghamton got on the board first for the first time this series. Chris Suero in the 3rd inning with an RBI double. Palmer walked to lead off the inning and stole a base. Here's how it sounded when Suero got Binghamton on the board.
It's Run the Bases, presented by Universal Instruments. Attending kids out there like the daily Kids on the bases, always a great time. Let's go to the ground rule. Kids, you're going to touch first, second, and third, and then make your way up the left field line. Once again, kids, you're going to touch first.
So Binghamton will hold on to that 1-0 lead in this game. We talked about those 2 hits. They were both doubles, but Binghamton was then shut down from Jeremy Wu-Yellen, who had 6 strikeouts through 3. And then Portland came alive in the 5th inning. So in that 5th inning, Portland scored 6 runs on no hits and 2 errors. It was a wonky inning overall. We'll give you how 2 runs scored right here. Nate Baez had a ground ball on an error from JT Schwartz at 3rd. This brought in 2 runs in that inning.
Let's do it. We start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Later in that inning for Portland, we do not have to play the rest of the highlights, Derek, in this 5th inning, but there was a walk from Frazier after the E5. Blaze walked in a run. Then Mason White, a sacrifice fly that scored 2. John Bay's throw home to Suero was cut off. Suero actually made the catch, just did not try to tag out Blaze because that throw would not be in time. And then Suero's throw went into left. which allowed a run to score. Taylor grounded out to end the inning. Then in the 6th inning, with Brendan Gurton in the game, he was able to retire the final few batters of that 5th inning. But in the 6th, a Will Turner walk, and then Brooks Brannon hit a 2-run shot well over the right field wall to make it 8-1 Sea Dogs. Here it is. Brooks Brannon continues to slug this year, the top slugger in the Eastern League. Binghamton would fall 8-1, but here was one of their big highlights in the 7th inning. Jose Ramos made a spectacular catch, robbing Miguel Blaze of extra base hits. Here's how it sounded, and man, Ramos could be on SportsCenter tonight. Portland holds on to an 8-1 victory, and Binghamton falls for the 3rd time this series. They trail the series 3-1. Jeremy Wuyel, the left-hander for Portland, got the win. He is 2-0. Douglas Oriana got the loss. He falls to 7-3 on the year. Portland 8 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Binghamton 1 run on 2 hits and 2 errors. The game played in 3 hours and 17 minutes in front of 3,437 fans on this Friday night from Mirabito Stadium. We'll step away on our post-game show powered by Mirabito Energy Products. When we return, we'll recap the game in Queens and take a look around the New York Mets affiliates. That's next on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network. We return for the final time on our post-game show powered by Mirabito Energy Products as Portland takes down Binghamton 8-1 here on this Friday night. We take a look at what happened around the Mets affiliates and in Queens earlier today. Mets kicked off a 10-game homestand against the Los Angeles Dodgers. LA took down New York 4-2. Francisco Alvarez belted a home run, as well as Luis Robert on 4 hits. Mets scored 2 runs in the 4-2 loss. New York back in action tomorrow for Game 2 of 3 against LA. Across the Mets affiliates, Syracuse had a big-time lead earlier. We'll see if that is staying put at the moment. Syracuse had a big night from Ronnie Mauricio. 4 RBIs. He has 2 hits. And the Syracuse Mets hold on for an 8-1 win against Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Syracuse now 49-50 on the year. Brooklyn trailing Jersey Shore 5-0 in the 7th. They won Game 1 earlier today in 8 innings. That game went into extra as a part of a 7-inning game. They won 4-3. And St. Lucie fell to Fort Myers 9-3. St. Lucie 43-50 overall on the year. Binghamton back in action tomorrow. A 6:07 first pitch. we will have our pregame show at 5:50. It will be Anthony Ianson, the number 2 prospect for the Red Sox, up against the left-hander Jonathan Santucci, the number 2 prospect for the Mets. You are not going to want to miss it. You can also watch the game regionally on SNY. That's a 6:07 first pitch, live at 5:50 for our NYCM Insurance pregame show. We go live on SNY at 6 o'clock. We'll have that tomorrow from Rapido Stadium. But for tonight, we thank you so much for joining us. Portland takes down Binghamton 8-1. For our producer in Derek Young, our pregame guest in Corey Collins, I'm Cam Manna. Saying so long, enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you so much for listening to this edition of Binghamton Rumble Ponies Baseball on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
Creatures fans, the moment you've all been waiting for. Every Friday right here at Rapido Stadium, we launch our fireworks into the night sky. But there's only one way that we're going to be able to do it, and it all starts with you. These are voice-activated fireworks, right? We found a little money in the budget. We made it work just for you guys to be a big part of it, all right? So how it works, we're going to say the word fireworks as loud as we can. That will send the fireworks off into the night sky. So how about we practice on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. No. You see, you gotta be a little bit louder than that. You know, the microphones are sensitive. You need to be louder. Come on, one more time. 1, 2, 3. That sounds good. That sounds really good. All right, so what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna shut these lights off, and then we're gonna count down from 10 all together. Once we hit 0, you guys need to say fireworks louder than you've ever said it before. Can you do that? I said, can you do that? Hit those lights. Start that countdown. Let's go. service. Grab your tickets over at the office. No trip to Rapids, just complete the trip to the store. So the fantastic merch there. There's your Binghamton Creatures merch. Got great hats, shirts, jerseys, and more. We also have great Binghamton Road Police merch, Binghamton Mets merch, so the Tier Scoop Scoundrels merch. You gotta see it all, gotta grab it all behind the plate once again at the team store. A fantastic night here